take the draw against Jeff Krieger. Game 1 of the best-of-5 final. The winner will be the Great North Country Playoff and NOHA champions. And of course, both teams will be in the All-Ontario, the Air Canada Regionals, in a few weeks' time right here in Liskeard. Krieger dumping it in to the right of Restool. Taken in front of the net there by Menard. Doesn't get it out. Now he gets it again in the corner. Menard shovels it to the line. Peterson's there to keep it in. Gets it to Krieger in the slot. Right in front of comes the Pierce. Right on. And Restool's tested early and makes the save. Right off the bat, the Cubs on the attack here in this one. And Peterson brought that in, but he couldn't get to it in time, and it's offside at the North Bay blue line. And North Bay changing that line right away. They got off to a slow start, and the Cubs, on the other hand, a quick start.
Well, that's what we talked about just before the game, Jack, and we were hoping that the Cubs would come out like they have all year. They did that. They controlled the play. Dangerous scoring chance.
Brevard now on the draw against Boucher. Dumped in by Joyelle. Round behind the net. Restool loses it. Cleared around the board. Still in the North Bay zone. Brevard and Scott over there. Scott dumps it in behind the North Bay net. Restool comes out and fires it around the near boards. Joyelle pitches in, knocks his man down. Now here's Brown in the slot. Tried to pass it. Joyelle walks into one. The save by Restool. They scramble in the crease, and he covers up. And the Cubs, right off the bat in this hockey game, firing that puck on goal and getting good chances.
They sure are. They've got 3 shots on goal already, and we're still in the first minute of play. So that's what they have to do, Jack, and they have to make sure that they don't get frustrated and keep that kind of a tempo up all night.
So another face-off in the North Bay zone. Cubs win it. Bain throws it on goal. Restool a save. It's a front backhand shot, and it stops it again. Squeezes it between the pads, and another face-off coming up in the North Bay zone.
Cubs certainly putting the pressure on in the North Bay end, and the Trappers have to find a way to move that puck at least out of their end for a little while.
Boucher moving out of the face-off circle. Sean Innes in there against Brevard. Cubs win it. Scott clears it off the boards. Taken over there by Peter Anello. Cubs in control again, though. Brown trying to come out in front. He's stopped. He gets it again. Falls in the corner. Puck comes loose. Racing over there to pick it up for the Trappers with Paquette. Doesn't get it out. Paquette's tied up with Brown. Here's Stott letting it go. And he shot it high up over top of the net, and it carries all the way out to center ice. Bain throws it right back into the Trapper zone, and Nello has it. Gets it across there to Paquette. Pass up on the right side, too far for Boucher. And that's icing against the Trappers. And boy, I'll tell you, you talk about a team who's come out here on their heels, the Trappers. They can't even get out of their own zone here in the first couple minutes. The Cubs all over them.
They sure are, and North Bay defending very, very heavily on Jason Restool at this point. And that's one thing about having Jason Restool in there. They may be able to get away with that for a short while.
But eventually, face off to his left. Trappers win it. Curtis McLean battling forward. Corner. Jeremy Miller pins his man. Puck's loose. Kicked out there by Stephen Evers. Around the far side it goes. Cleared out and over the line to center. And McLean fires it right back in the Trapper zone. Chasing it behind the net is Dunford. Behind his net, up on the right side it goes off the stick. Still in the North Bay zone. Trappers having all kinds of problems. Alexander now for the Cubs behind the net. Tried to center. He was pinned to the boards. Baldwin on the far side. Hit. And there's a long pass up on the left side to Stephen Evers. It was a 2-line pass, and it will come back inside the North Bay blue line.
Well, for sure, a fast start to this first period for the Cubs, Jack. Hasn't been very physical so far in the game. There's been a few little bumps, but basically it's been the Cubs in the North Bay end and Restool coming to the occasion.
And we want to welcome all the people watching on Cable 12. It's Monday night. We're watching the Cubs North Bay. And, of course, all the people listening live tonight on CJTT is Krieger. Almost steals one at the side of the North Bay goal. Baldwin falls. Comes up to center. Pierce slides it back in. Restool comes out to play it. Clears it up. Not out. Almost gave it away. And here comes Paquette. In over the line was Duchesne, offside at the Cub blue line.
Well, the people are still filing in here, Jack. Boy, sure nice to see this kind of crowd. We talked about it earlier tonight, but it's been a long time since we've seen North Bay in here.
Yeah, it has. Was it just after Christmas, just before New Year's, or after New Year's, somewhere in there? You and I did the game.
We sure did.
There's a long pass knocked down by a high stick. The Trapper player touches it, so that gets whistled down, Mike Bernard. I wonder why players do that. You see the NHL all the time. 80 feet over their head, they reach up with a stick and try and knock it down.
I guess it's just a reaction.
Where do they think they're going with it once they get it? Face off outside the Trapper blue line. Here. Get on the draw. Against Duchesne. Trappers win it. Taken there by Paquette. There's another center. Peterson back inside the red line. Puts it up to Zacchaeus. He's checked. And here comes Major. Long blast wide of the North Bay goal off the back of the net. Krieger in there after. He's pinned to the board by Paquette. Paquette clears it to the line. Peterson one times it. And he shot it wide. Innes can't get it out. Paquette has to backtrack. Duchesne. Gets it to Innes, who was flattened along the boards. And Major off the glass for Andy Burnham. Burnham has to backtrack, in behind the net he goes. Right in front, it comes backhand shot saved by Willard. And that was his first shot of the game, and it was a tough test, but he was ready. Now Burnham and Major are going to the boards trying to freeze that puck in their own zone. They do so, and we'll have a face-off to the right of Jason Willard, and this is the first time we've had a chance to turn around and look this way.
Well, it sure is, and I noticed when the Cubs were putting that pressure on early in the first period, they were flooding the North Bay end. They had 3 Cubs in there deep, and they weren't giving the Trappers much room to move, Jack.
Face-off to the right of Willard. Boucher on the draw, comes back to the point. There's a shot kicked away by Willard off the stick of Filiatro. Anello puts it right on the stick of Brown. He tries to feed Rivard. Rivard trying to get clear. Rusko comes way out. The puck's in behind him. And Brown couldn't find the empty net. Close call there. Anello gets it up to Boucher. Back come the Trappers. Over on the wing it goes to Biss. Tries to get it back to Boucher. He's checked. Now Biss again. Centered in front. Boucher on the backhand. And he put it off his own player's skate. Comes into the slot where Bain takes it. Alex Bain coming to center. Into the middle to Scott. In over the line. He's being checked. Bacon goes down. And Ello tries to clear it out. Boucher can't find it in his skates. And it's cleared out to center by John Biss. And here comes Boucher with Anello. 2-on-2. And a good job by Joel to take the puck away from Boucher, and he gets it up to Brown in center. He's bodied off the puck. John Scott. Brown in over the line. McLean catching up on the play. Anello's checked. He goes back after it in the corner. Around the boards to Baldwin, and out come the Trappers. Sean Innes chasing it into the Cubs zone. Taken to the boards by Joel. Joel plays it up along the board, shot right in front of the net. Gibson blocking with the skate. Cubs can't get it out. Here's Ringler shooting it wide off the boards. It comes to Willard, and he hangs on. And we'll have a face-off in the Cubs zone. Now we're getting a little bit of action back and forth. Jim, this is what we expected.
Well, it is, and a pretty dangerous play there in front of the Cub net, boy. You blocked that shot with your skate. I mean, you got to have a lot of confidence. That puck could have went anywhere. 14:28 left here in the first period. We've got a scoreless tie.
Face off to the left of Willard. Again, Duchesne in on the draw against McLean. Cubs win it. Seaman down behind the net, up for Miller along the board. Battling there, trying to get it out. Kept in. Centered into the slot by Menard, but Gibson's there, and he'll skate it out to center. Jake Gibson with Miller and McLean in over the line. Trying to get it to the slot area, take it away, and it comes to center. And here come the Trappers. Evers almost broke away. Paquette holds Miller up at the line, but McLean chases it to the corner against Dunford. Comes back to the line. Seaman keeping it in momentarily. Now it comes out to center. Gibson takes it. Up on the right side side it goes. Trappers take over at center. Seaman inside his own line. Cross to McLean. He lets a long one go wide of the net. Burnham clears it to the corner in the North Bay zone. Peterson moving in along the boards. Keeping it in. Plays it in behind the net to Burnham. Gets right up front of the net. Krieger backhand shot. Another one. McCrank missing on the backhand, and the Trappers get rid of it. So close call there. It looks like the Cubs had one, but McCrank couldn't find the open corner.
Well, things starting to heat up a little bit. The Cubs have had 8 shots on goal to this point. The Trappers have had 2, but the momentum of the game now is pretty equal, Jack. It's end-to-end, as you mentioned a little while ago. That's what we came to see, and it looks like we're going to see it.
Face off to the right of Restool. Krieger in there against Boucher. Nice play by Anello, who moves up and gets it out to center. But he's knocked down. Burnham banks it off the boards. Here's the Pierce chasing it into the North Bay zone. Taken away there by John Vissick, cleared to center. Anello for the Trappers. Off Krieger's skate into the North Bay zone it goes. Jeff Hodge gets it up. And pass on the wing there to Schuler and over the line. Throws it into the corner. This in behind the net. Peterson's there for the Cubs. Gets it to Burnham. Andy Burnham sliding it up to Krieger to center off his stick. Puck loose at center. Here's Major moving up. In over the North Bay line. Greg Major, wrist shot, and he just missed. He went blocker side. Boucher in behind his own net into the corner with it. Bad pass right through the slot area, and Greg Major was lucky for Mr. Boucher. Major wasn't in the right place because he could have walked into one there.
Well, he sure could have. There's a little bit more physical activity out there now, Jack, as you mentioned earlier. When the game first started, it was more skate and shoot, but I notice now they're starting to take the body a little bit. That's playoff hockey.
From the draw puck in the North Bay zone, Brown working hard in front, comes in the slot, and it's cleared out. Doyle moved up, and Baldwin almost got loose. Back come the Cubs though. Rivard to Sean Scott, and that's offside at the North Bay line. Dave Brown was expecting the pass, and he just a little quick in there.
Well, I have noticed that the North Bay forwards are starting to break out a little bit quicker there now, and they're putting a little bit of pressure on that Cub defense, and we suspected they might start the game like that. They didn't, but they're now doing it.
No score in this game with 12:06 to go in the first period. I'm Jack Bourne with Jim Moore, and on Cable 12, Andrew Rager. Forward at center right now in the penalty bench area. Nobody seems to be able to get control of it. And now it comes to Filiatro. He just up to the center. Doyle moved up, was checked. And Con Innes couldn't catch up to it. Here's Filiatro again, dumping it into the Cub zone, delayed offside. North Bay clearing the zone, so waved off. And here comes Rivard. To Brown. Brown trying to split the defense. Here's Scott.
The 9th shot on goal here in the first period, and it results in a goal by Sean Scott. The play was a little bit broken at the blue line, but they persevered, and Scott made no mistake scoring from the left side of Restool. So that gives the Cubs a 1-0 lead here, 11:31 remaining in the first period.
And a nice play. Scott picking that corner. He had lots of time to look, and
it was a great wrist shot.
Yes, it was. And Brown and Rivard had a lot to do with that goal as well. So it's 1-0 for the Cubs here with 11:31 left in the first period. Gibson gets it to the line, not out. Filiatro kept it in behind the net in the corner. Now goes Gibson. Battling along the board, slides up to Alexander. Alexander in over the line, drops it back for McLean. He's taken to the boards, it goes to the corner. Alexander bumping with Filiatro. McLean trying to dig a three, and it comes out to Duchesne. Down the wing he goes, in over the line. Long, hard shot. Willard looked behind him, but he made the save, and the Cubs come back quickly the other way. Seaman in over the line. Goes it towards the goal, right in and Restool covers up as Alexander was going hard with the net. And now we have a little with a pushing and shoving in behind the North Bay goal, but I think they're going to break that up.
Well, that was quite a blast in the Cub end there, Jack. Jason's in this game, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he looked behind there. He wasn't quite sure where it was. Luckily for him, there was no North Bay player there for the rebound. The Cubs cleared it away and chugged it around quickly. One thing the Cubs do well is that transition.
They sure do.
You miss at their end, and they're back on you quick. Here's Boucher. Getting it up to center. Schuler couldn't do anything with it. Schuler chasing it into the Cub zone. Down the boards it comes, and Krieger gets it up to center right. Willard plays it in behind the net, right in front. Major cut it to Krieger. He just cleared it away. Here's the lead pass for Andy Burnham. Burnham in on goal! And Restool stops him. That long pass, Big Andy using that reach of his, he got loose, and Restool stacked the pass, Jim.
And what a great play by Andy Burnham. That's the type of play that you expect Andy Burnham to do for you, and that's the value of this guy. As the going gets tougher and tougher, Big Andy's got the strength to make those plays. Great, great plays.
As they say, that's hockey. Major shooting it from the point wide. And it's gloved ahead in the Cub zone, so we get a whistle. Here's trying to center it just before that.
The crowd pretty quiet in here tonight, Jack. I'm really surprised, and we've said that all year, and we always said it was, you know, because of the scores and this and that. But this is the final of the Great North Midget League. The Cubs have got a 1-0 lead. Where's the crowd?
Yeah, it's over the years I've always found that you see some big crowds in here, but they're usually fairly quiet. I don't know why that is. Just their nature, I guess. Puck at center, Robin Boucher dumping it into the Cub zone. Willard out to play it. Andy Burnham along the board. He'll get a second crack at getting it up, gets it up to Spears and over the line. There comes a shot right on. Rebound, Restool trying to find it with two Cub players going to the net, and he manages to hang on with 9:40 to go here in the first period. The Cubs leading 1-0. Sean Scott scored from Brevard and Brown at the 11:31 mark of this first period.
Well, Jack, I can honestly say I don't think I've seen the Cubs skate a lot better than they're skating out there tonight. Sure, there's been a few broken plays, but the tempo of the game's really picking up.
Brevard on the draw, gets it back to Joel at the point. He throws him on goal, tipped by the North Bay player right into Restool. And Restool looks up at him and says, "Leave the thing go."
Restool has been a busy young man.
He has. Well, we expected that.
Well, we did.
The Cubs usually, through the season, on the games they played, had a lot of shots on the North Bay goaltender. From the draw, Scott comes it to the corner. Again, tries to clear it out. Stopped along the board. Scott battling in there with Wade Rigler. And we'll get a whistle at another face-off in the North Bay zone. And we've had a lot of face-offs in the North Bay zone in this first period.
Well, we sure have. 9:27 left here in the first period.
Brevard in there again. Sean in it. Puck sitting there loose. Let's tip back to the point of Joy. Here's it along the boards into the corner. Right up front it comes. Sean Scott tipping it just wide. Now he's wrestled to the board. The crowd comes up with it. Or rather, Brevard in the corner. Twisting away from his back. Gets it back to Bain. Here comes the shot. Bounces off a leg and goes to the corner. And Ennis clears it up to center. Baldwin can't get away. They battle right in front of the North Bay bench. Now cuts loose on the far side. Here's Bain it over the line. Alex Bain tries to get by Hodge. Goes down. Brown in there trying to find the loose puck. Battling with the North Bay player. Clears it back the other way on the far side. Baldwin's there. Rich Baldwin. Puts it right at Sean Scott. Kicks it in. Brevard into the corner. Scott after it. In behind the net. Brown's in front. Scott still with the puck. Back to Joyelle. Here comes a shot. And Brevard tried to tip it and just missed. Here's Bain. Directing one on goal. Brown trying to battle his way by Hodge. Comes right out in front. And McCrank was set up perfectly. And Restool again comes up with a huge save for North Bay.
Well, I think that's a line that you might use quite a bit tonight, Jack. Restool Restuel comes up with the big save. Boy, has he been hot so far in the game. I've got 14 shots on goal for the Cubs. To this point, I've got 3 shots by the Trappers. And let me say, Sean Scott is in this game. He's sure been a workhorse out there already and very noticeable. And Scotty's given it all he's got.
Face off to the right of Restuel. 8:19 to go in the first. 1-0. The Cubs leading it on Sean Scott's goal. The play gets thrown on the face off. Jeremy Miller. The chicken man going in there. The king of the wing eaters. On the near side, Evers can't get it out. There's a blast from Seaman. Right on Restuel, going down on one knee and catching it high. And I think he felt that a little bit. He's flexing that right arm after that shot.
Well, he sure is. That was a bullet. Getting back to bullets and the wing eating, I don't think it was a setup. I think you guys were beat fair and square.
You would say that. Here's a penalty to the Trappers, by the way, on that play. I didn't see what happened following the puck in, but the Cubs will go to the power play. And they'll send out Severus, McLean, Burnham, Seaman, and Gibson. Trappers get it from the draw, fired around the board. Here's Andy Burnham sitting in the corner. Severus back along the board to Burnham. Back to the point to Gibson. Throws it towards the goal, comes into the slot area, and the Trappers will come out with it. Schuler looking it high in the air down the ice. Willard comes out, tips it to the corner. Baldwin bumping it on the board with Gibson, and the puck ended up over the glass, not a play.
Took a funny little bounce there, Jack, and 7:48 left here in the first period. 1-0 score. Cubs have dominated the play, no question about it, to this point in the first period. But North Bay's had a few good chances, and Jason has been there when needed.
1:37 left on this Cub power play. The face-off to the left of Willard. On the draw. Royale taking it in behind the net. Gets it up for Shapiro. A little too far. The Trappers will fire it back in. Willard will have to play it. Here's Major behind his own net. Drake turns away from his man and will retreat back behind the net again. Now throws it up on the wing to Burnham. Andy Burnham. He has Baldwin checking him. Now McLean to Joyal. Into the North Bay zone and goes right in on Restuel, and with Burnham cruising in there, he's not going to take any chances. 1:05 left in the Cub power play.
Restuel certainly not taking any chances. Whenever he can get a chance to smother that puck, he does. And that's a good strategy, actually. That's one way that he can slow this Cub team down.
And in our first intermission, by the way, Mr. Moore has a special guest.
We sure do.
We won't tell you who they are.
You're right.
They are special.
They sure are.
And Sunday night, you even have Bigger.
Bigger is right.
Well, yeah. Not more special. Here's Joyal. The Krieger fires it in. 55 seconds left in this Cub power play, and it's cleared by an elbow into the crowd. And when I say crowd, there is a huge crowd here tonight, and we had some people ducking, and I think somebody got hurt on that play, Jim.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jack. Somebody getting up there, young guy, looks like he might have got a little nick there, but he'll bounce back.
He's a tough kid. I think he's wearing an Adam jacket.
He sure is.
Yeah. Boucher on the draw against Sean Scott. And the Cubs are in control on this power play. Here's Joel at the point. He's going to let one go. They score! Sean Scott got a stick on it, I think, and tipped it by Restuel.
Well, that's the first good shot on the power play. Actually, the Cubs had been very ineffective on this power play, but that shot from the point looked like it was tipped in. Restuel has no chance. That certainly is a big goal for the Cubs, and they've got to go on from here. 6:54 left in the first period, 2-0.
Power play goal by Sean Scott. Nice shot by Joel from the point, and he was in the right place, and he tipped it home. No chance for Restuel on that one. So the Cubs up 2-0, as Jim mentioned, and that is a big goal this late in the period. Back into the North Bay zone it goes, and Severus bumps an elbow. Boucher comes up with the puck, can't get out. Burnham will go in the corner after it. Tries to center it, comes to the side of the goal, but can't clearing it around the boards. Pops over Evers' stick, Cubs will keep it in. Again, Severus bump. Comes right out in front of the net, another shot. They scramble in front of the net. Restuel trying to get a handle on it,
a scrum there in front of the North Bay net, Jack. I don't think there's anything going to come of this, but they sure got a few good shots there, and again, Restoul was equal to the occasion.
And he's still down. I think he's just taking a rest.
Oh, I think he's just taking a rest, and it looks to me the game is heating up very well, and anybody that thought they were going to come in here tonight and just go through the paces, forget it. They're here to play.
And, you know, I don't think there's much difference between this game and the other game we've done this year. No, the Cubs come out flying again, are in control again, and are outplaying North Bay.
They sure are.
Puck goes to the corner from the draw. Cleared up on the boards, and here comes Duchesne to the trapper. Dumps it in, tries to get around Major, goes to the corner, and he's taken heavily into the boards by Major. Down he goes. Peterson trying to find that puck in his case. He kicks it up to Burnham, and out comes Krieger. Krieger on the right side to Burnham and over the line. Burnham centers it there one time, and it was blocked in front. Here's Major! Oh, what a save by Restoul. He got the blocker on that one. Krieger blasts one, and that goes high up over top of the net. Evers picks it up for North Bay, doesn't get it out. Right in front it comes again. Burnham turns, and he has his shot blocked. And it comes out to center. Here comes Menard for the Trappers. In over the line, he's got Evers in front, and he couldn't get it to him, and the Cubs will get control of it. Look out, high in the air. He can drop that chip. Down the ice he goes. Billy Atco picks it up behind the net. And he's being checked by Brown, and Brown almost stole one. Dennis slides it up to Ringler. Back into the Cub zone it goes. Ringler chasing it against Royale. Ringler clears it in behind the net. Dennis taken to the boards on the near side. The Cat kept it in momentarily, but out comes Brown. Brown goes into the middle. Rivard trying to slide it through. Bain at the point. Lets one go. Restoul was down. The puck over to the top of the net. Rivard behind there, trying to get it out in front. Here's Dennis. In the corner for the Trappers. Long pass up to Ringler. Pokes one in on goal. And Baldwin almost had a good opportunity, but he fell and couldn't get a stick on the puck. Here comes Scott. He's got 2 goals in this period. Drops it back for Brown. Shot partially blocked. Right in front it comes. Oh, and it slipped wide on the far side. Royale. And now we get a whistle. I guess the net came off the piping, so we'll have a face-off in the North Bay zone. Cubs a fire here in this first period, Jim.
Well, they sure are, and we mentioned earlier, I don't think I've seen them come out and play any better at the start of a game. And, you know, Jack, we've talked off and on all year, and I keep maintaining that I don't think we've seen how good this team is yet. And I keep saying that. I think they got a lot more ability than we think they have. The only question mark, and I've heard Claude say it as well, is discipline. They got discipline out there tonight.
They sure do. Only one penalty in this period. That went to North Bay, and the Cubs scored in the power play. On the draw, here's Paquette getting it up. Long, high drive, wide of the net off the stick of John Fitz. Now here's Boucher. Let's it go! Score! Robin Boucher. That was a kind of a funny one because Jason made the save, and it seemed to bounce off both his legs and in behind him.
Well, Jason made the initial save, and the puck just trickled into the net. It goes up on the board. It's 2-1 now, 4:04 remaining here in the first period, and I'll tell you, North Bay needed that goal really, really bad.
And they haven't had very many shots, have they?
They certainly haven't. The Cubs have had 23 shots here, and believe me, they've been good shots. North Bay have had 6, and North Bay needed that goal bad, and they got one on the board.
So it's 2-1 Cubs. An unassisted goal by Robin Boucher. And the Trappers back into the Cub zone. Burnham banking it off towards the center. Picked up there by Krieger. Nice pass up. He's a Pearson over the line. Timmy lets it go, and he just missed. Pearson in the corner, taken to the boards by Paquette. Puck comes loose. Here's Major at the point. There comes a shot, and it's blocked by Schuler, and he goes down, and he's hurt. He limps to the bench. He felt that one. There's no doubt about that. Dunford for the Trappers. Gets it by everybody down the ice. Evers hustling into the Cub zone. It's cleared out. Right back in with him nicely, takes it away, and gets it out to center. To Tim Spears. Krieger tips it over towards Spears. Cubs want to change here. Spears heading to the bench. Cleared to center. Joel knocking that bouncing puck down. Clears it into the Trapper zone with 2:52 to go here in the first period. 2-1. Cubs leading it. There's a long pass up for Evers off the heel of a stick. Maine clears it up. Now Alex Maine again. Back inside his own line. Brown tipping it in. John Scott in the corner. Brown looking in front of the net. Brown behind the net. Dave Brown still with that puck. Centered it through the crease. And Menard will pick it up on the far side. Dumps it off the boards. Brown just takes it away. Duchesne gets a hold of it, and down the ice it goes, and that will be icing against North Bay.
Okay, we've got 2:14 left here in the first period, and that goal certainly has given the Trappers a bit of a lift. Cubs certainly have dominated the first period, but the score is only 2-1, and it's early in the game, late in the period.
Face off again in the North Bay zone. To the right of Restpool. Yerevard in on the draw against Dennis. Cubs win it. Here's Payne letting it go. Off the stick to the corner.
Your dad told me you were that.
Taken there by Ringler. He can't get it out. Joel tries to slide it in. Blocked. Scott keeps it in at the line. There's a wrap around the tap by Rivard. Puck in the crease area. Pile up. Comes back to Joel. Puck's rolling, and he has to pass it to the corner. To Brown. Centered in front of the net. Right out in front. Brown scores!
Well, that's the second big goal this period, Jack. The Trappers got their goal a little bit earlier. The Cubs come back and get a goal when they needed it. Late in the period, 1:49 left, and again, another big goal, 3-1, Cubs lead.
Rivard got it out in front to Brown, and he was in the right place at the right time. He's out of net, and the Cubs were storming the North Bay goal before that goal went in.
They sure were. There, you know, we talked about the Duracell guy there early in the season, and I guess he's back.
He got recharged. So with 1:49 left in the first, the Cubs regained that 2-goal lead. They're up 3-1. The Cats. Here's Evers. Long shot, right on, chest high. Willard hangs on to it long enough, and we'll get a face-off in the Cubs zone with 1:29 left. And then
we do have some guests
very
here, and
guests.
very special guests, and we're not going to let anything out of the bag yet.
Won't.
So we'll just hang on here for another minute and 29 seconds.
From the draw. Gibson taking it in, or Seaman behind the net. He's going to skate it himself. Gets it up to Severson over the line. Jeff Evers back with it. Tried to get it up to Boucher. Cut off by Seaman. Nice play by Jonathan Seaman, and he dumps it in. Burnham chasing it in there against Filiatro. They go to the boards. Filiatro, Burnham battling. Puck still loose. Boucher in there to try to help out. Now Spears comes up with it into the corner. Penalty coming up here to the Cubs.
It looks like Andy's going to get the call. It looks like a holding penalty with 58 seconds left in the first period, and Andy is going for a little trot to the penalty box here. Certainly was working hard along the boards on that play, and he just put the grab on the North Bay player, and no big deal about it.
No, and that's only the second penalty of the period. So
that's right.
It's been a team game that way. They've come to play hockey. There's no doubt about it.
Is the chili chant on, Jack?
It could happen. It's happened before a few times. Here's Major now. Cuts short-handed to end the period. 52 seconds left in the period. They get it down the ice. The rest will have to play until the after picks it up. In behind the net. Gives it away to Brown. The spot. And it was blocked. Filiatro. Baldwin off before he just gets rid of it. And even though North Bay's on the power play, the Cubs have them on their heels again. Back down the ice it goes. The Cats. Set up from Baldwin. Into Boucher. Back for Baldwin. Drops it back for Boucher. There comes a shot through a screen off the skate. Slide to center, down front, backhand shot in front of the net. And now a cross-checking penalty coming up here to Sean Scott.
Looks like Sean Scott's going to the box, and that'll put the Trappers with a two-man advantage. But we've only got 12 seconds left here in the first period, and if they can weather this 12 seconds, Jack, they can start a little bit pressure in the second period. 24-7, the shots on goal to this point.
So really, as much as we anticipated this great battle, the numbers are the same as just about every other series.
You're right.
Gibson taking his man in the corner. 4 seconds left in the period, and I don't think they're going to get it out, but they won't, and that'll do it for the first period. So, as Jim mentioned, 24-7, shots on goal in favor of the Cubs. The Cubs will start the second period 2 men short. So if North Bay's ever going to sneak back into this thing down 3-1, they're going to have to do it.
Bigger opportunity for them, Jack.
Okay, and for you, the people watching on Cable 12, we'll be back. By Seaman, Ennis in the corner, tried to get it to Boucher. No block to get from the point, lets it go off the stick, flutters into Willard, and he gloves that easily and hangs on. 23 seconds left in the North Bay two-man advantage, Jim, and as we said when we broke away after the first period, this is a key point in this game for North Bay. They have to score here, you would think.
This is an excellent opportunity for North Bay to score a goal and to get back into the game, really, because the Cubs really did dominate that first period, and the Trappers need a lift.
Pierce on the draw against Boucher. Long board, Pierce battling with Boucher. Schuler moves in. Schuler comes up with the puck. He's got Menard in front, couldn't get it out through Boucher. Back for Schuler behind the Cub net. Here's Menard now in the corner. Looks in front. Back to the point it goes. Paquette loses it. Now Filiatro, one Cub player back on. Right up front, they score! And I think it was Boucher who got a stick on that. So just as the one Cub penalty came to an end, the puck goes in the net.
Well, bad break for the Cubs there, Jack, because as you mentioned, one penalty did come to an end, and you can play one man short with the type of hockey team the Cubs have fairly successfully, but when you're playing 2 men short, it's not the same. Goaltending change here, Jack.
Willard coming out, and Stroney goes in. So, a bit of a surprise. I didn't think Jason was at fault for the goal, but I guess it's just a gut feeling you get some time behind the bench that maybe...
Well, you just might have to make some kind of a move and get those legs going again.
So Stroney now in net for the Cubs after that second North Bay goal. Here comes the Cubs, right back, right in front it goes. And Brevard went to the net, just couldn't get a stick on it. So Menard, they get the goal to Menard, and Boucher gets the assist on that one, so I stand corrected. Puck in the Cub zone. Peterson in the corner. Baldwin takes it away from him. Throws it in front. Comes back to the point. Hodge lets it go. And saved there by Stroney. And get a whistle. Face off from outside the line.
Well, 18-18 left here in the second period. 3-2 is the score in favor of the Cubs. The face-off will come outside the blue line, and the crowd very, very quiet in here once again, Jack.
Yeah, it's, as we said, it's hard to explain. The place is full, and yet it's quiet. I've seen that many, many times before. the net. I think the North Bay player Hodge must have got a piece of that, and it made it go a little higher than Curtis wanted it to, but he sure showed a burst of speed there walking around the defense.
He sure did. He made an awful nice move, and he was looking for that top right-hand corner, and I think he might have had it, but here goes Jason back in. So I think that was just a little thing to get people thinking.
Coach just playing with his trying to get us to figure out what he's doing. He'll listen to this later and say, I got them. Here's Gibson at the point, and that's blocked in front. And Duchesne comes away with it. Evers been missed on there with Duchesne as they go into the Cub zone, but it comes right back out the center, and Eller's flirting with it. Off the board, Freeman moves up, knocks it down. Now here's Evers. McCrank takes it away. Cross to Gibson in his own zone. Slides it to the line and out. Duchesne knocked down, and here comes Jeremy Miller. Jumps by his man, goes after to the corner, behind the net. Miller still with it on the far side, turns and falls, comes back to the line. Seaman clearing it in along the boards, around behind the net. It comes to the near side where this can't get it out. Here's Gibson. Whoa, and that was a high five, and everybody ducking. Caroms all the way out and down the ice. Seaman taking it behind the net. Miller, Boucher runs into him. And it's cleared up to Gibson. Jake Gibson in over the line, trying to slip up the fence. He's checked, and Evers comes away with it. Just puts it right on Burnham's stick, though. And back come the Cubs. Pearson over the line. Lines up, right on. Rescue! Knocked him backwards, but he fell back and covered up with Burnham cruising to the net.
Well, Big Andy come to play tonight, didn't he? He's made some great plays so far in this game. He hasn't scored a goal or anything, but he's sure been in the play. Gibson's made a few nice plays. The Cubs were really rolling in the first period, Jack, but I think those two penalties sort of hurt them a little bit.
They lead it 3-2. The goal scorer for North Bay, Menard from Boucher on the power play. To start this second period. Here's the Pierce winding up. Took electric twist as he went to let him go. Schuler has to go off the street to center. Comes right back in. Now Schuler goes down on the far side heavily against Joyelle. He gets up slowly. Cubs keeping it in the North Bay zone. Burnham just couldn't catch up to it. Down the ice it goes. Boucher against Krieger into the Cubs zone. They go to the boards. Boucher centered it, and it's a two-line pass.
And Krieger knew that. That's why he didn't touch the puck. He was waiting for it to go into the end. Pretty smart play, actually, because now the face-off comes back up ice. So really a pretty smart play.
Back inside the Cub blue line.
Trapper blue line?
Sorry. Did they change it? Do they do that?
I think you're right, Jack.
It does happen.
It does happen.
Oh, boy. I'm in trouble now. The big guy's critiquing us again. I'll hear about this one.
He's doing that for sure.
All I can say, Jim, is it's been a long day. What can I tell you? Menard can't get it out. Filiatro behind the net. Paquette lets it go for Innes. He turns and clears it off the stick of Major down into the Cub zone, where Peterson takes it behind the net. Menard in pursuit. Trappers take it away. Major and Menard go to the boards. They fall. Filiatro pinches in, clears it into the corner. Menard can't knock it down, and Major is going to get to it. Can't control it though. He's being checked. Knocks his man down. Now he tries to freeze it in there, and it comes loose, and here comes Brown. Dave Brown chugging his way to center, and behind the play, I think we get penalties here. One apiece.
We've got a penalty to each team. We've got a penalty to Innes from North Bay and a penalty to Major from the Cubs. I believe both calls were roughing. Nope. Major gets the slash. Innes gets the roughing penalty.
Okay, and we want to welcome everybody listening tonight on CJTT, no matter where you are, and we're glad to be able to bring these games to you, and we thank our sponsors for that. And we welcome all those watching on Cable 12 as well. Andrew Ager here, working hard, as always.
Hey, how's it going?
He is here.
By myself.
He didn't send his replacements. And now I think we're going to get a new face-off man for North Bay. Baldwin will move in. Face-off just outside the North Bay blue line.
Thank you.
Did I get it right?
You got it.
Thanks, buddy.
Feel
free to correct me at any time.
And vice versa.
I need all the help I can get. Here's Miller for the Cubs, centering it, and it's blocked by Anello. Miller again, back to the point. Seaman, they score! Now that was either Alexander or McLean, I believe. They got their stick on that one. We'll have to wait for the official announcement, but that thing shot up into the top of the net in a hurry, didn't it?
It was a good low shot coming in from the point area, and the deflection was absolutely perfect, just under the crossbar. 15-19 left here in the second period. Cubs restore that 2-goal lead, and Jack, they had to get that goal because they were starting to sit back on their heels a little bit. North Bay was bringing the play to the Cubs. Shots on goal in the second period, 3-2 in favor of the Trappers. So that makes it 4-2 in favor of the Cubs on the scoreboard.
One thing the Cubs have been able to do all year is answer back on a goal scored against them. They seem to be able to come right back and score. And boy, I'll tell you, nothing takes the wind out of your sails more than that.
That's quite a luxury.
We'll see if North Bay can answer back. Here as they come in. Anello plays it in. We'll wait for the official announcement on that goal. It was either Alexander or McLean, I believe, that tipped that, as Gibson chases it back inside his own line. And Shane up there forechecking. Cleared out to center. And here's Sabiris with Krieger. Sabiris turning inside the line. Tried to get it across. Curtis McLean, the official on that goal. Burnham at center. Here's Anello for the Trappers. Nice pass up the middle to Boucher and over the line. Boucher lets it go. Scores! I guess you could say he bounced that one in.
Yeah, that was kind of a funny shot, that one. And so we're back to a one-goal hockey game. And the Cubs aren't paying a lot of attention to Boucher tonight. I know all year they paid a lot more attention. They were a little more physical with him, and it seemed to work. They're letting him roam there tonight, and he's had some pretty good shots.
And that's
Here comes the goaltender change again.
Yes, Stroney's back in there. Boucher is second of the night. He scored in the first period as well. And it's back to a one-goal hockey game, 4-3. And I see that we have a couple players sitting in the penalty box. So was there a penalty called on that play as well? There must have
guess
been.
We missed that one.
Yeah. Well, we'll just catch up. We're allowed to do that, aren't we?
We sure are.
So the game is close, even though the Cubs have certainly outchanced North Bay in this game and outshot them. But that's the way the games were all year, weren't they?
Absolutely.
Stroney again in goal now. Willard back on the bench. Seaman got unfortunately. That was the call on that goal. And here comes Bain. Short-handed and over the line. High drive off Restuel's arm. Up and out of play. Out there killing this penalty off for the Cubs. Scott, Brown, Bain, and Doyle on the far side. And I would think that North Bay is going to try to get Mr. Boucher out there as long as they can. And he stays out as they make one change. Duchesne coming on the ice. He'll take the draw against Brown. Face off in the North Bay zone to the right of Restuel. And Boucher comes up with the puck. Right in front of his own net. Duchesne battles his way to center, gets it up. Here's Piquet. He's got Boucher going to the net. Can't catch up to it. Now he controls it. Behind the net it goes. Back to the point. Here's Boucher now with it. Throws it in front of the net, and that goes wide. Here's Piquet. Scores!
Well, that shot came from the left side of Stroney, nearly against the boards, actually. Very sharp angle. That ties the score here. We're just about halfway through this game, and the score is 4-4. And I guess, Jack, it was like that all year. There were no blowouts. There were close games all year. I've got the shots on goal right now. I've got the Cubs at 27 shots, and I've got the Trappers at 13.
So George Piquet gets the goal on the power play. And that's the second power play goal of the game for North Bay, and we're all tied up at 4. And if this crowd was quiet before, they're going to be even quieter now. Is that possible? But we've got ourselves a hockey game here tonight, folks. Don't go away. Jimmy Miller inside his own line. Trying to knock it down. Shore taking his man to the boards. Comes back to the point. And here comes Miller now coming out with it. With McLean and McCrank. Schuler throws it to the line. Boucher gets by Peterson. Boucher walks in, takes a shot, blocked in front. Here's Schuler. Scores!
Well, the Trappers score another one. They take the lead for the first time in the game, and the Cubs certainly have to pick their game up, Jack. They haven't done that in the second period. They dominated the first. In the second period, they seem to be content to let the Trappers come to them. When that happens, they get scoring chances.
So Graham Schuler, low shot to the blocker side, and I don't think Stroni saw it. And he's out there skating around trying to shake it off. The Cubs already made a goaltending change a couple times here, so I don't know if they want to do that again. But
They run that a goalkeeper.
Well, they just have to pick the tempo up like they did in the first period, keep grinding away and skating and shooting, and the goals will come.
So 4 goals here in the second period by North Bay, and they lead at 5-4. We've got a timeout being called here by the Cubs, which is probably a good idea right about now.
I think it probably is. I think maybe the club might be just a touch nervous for playing the first game of the Great North Midget League final series at home. They're expected to win, and you know, that you mentioned earlier, Jack, that you didn't think that it put much pressure on the kids, and it may not, as long as you've got the lead and you're winning games.
That's
but when
true,
you get behind halfway through a game, it's a tough call.
Jim, do you think maybe the way they dominated the first period territorially and on the scoreboard and the shots and everything that, you know, they sort of thought, well, we got these guys now, and maybe let up a little bit? Do you think is that a factor at all?
Well, that's always a possibility, but I think really what happened when the second period started, they were playing 2 men short. They just about killed the one penalty. There was a goal scored right at the end of that first penalty. If they could have killed both those penalties, I think we'd have a different score. However, that's speculation, and it's 5-4 in favor of the Trappers, and Jason Roller's heading back into the net.
So another goaltending change.
I guess we'll have to call Claude Keenan.
There, yeah. Or remember the night Scotty Bowman did that?
Yeah.
Every stoppage, he switched goalies. So the Trappers take the lead 5-4 here, and here's Menard dumping it into the Cubs zone. Right out in front, Ennis, right hit, and he shot it up over top the net. I think Jason got a piece of that. So they come right back again and almost take a 2-goal lead. Now here comes Krieger, and he dropped it back to Saphir, so that's offside at the North Bay line. And you can tell that things have changed here in this game. It's picked up in tempo, and I think it's going to be a little more physical from here on in, especially on the part of the Cubs.
Well, I have to agree with that, and certainly the Cubs can play that type of game. They can play any type of game you want to play. But, again, they have to be disciplined about doing it. They can't go to the penalty box. The penalties have hurt them a bit here tonight, Jack, and there hasn't been a lot of penalties.
That's true.
But it still hurt them.
And in the past, when they take penalties, they were able to kill them off against the Sudburys and the Sioux, but North Bay is a little bit different of a hockey club, and it's cost them here so far. But I'll tell you, there's a long way to go in this one, and the Cubs, when they get rolling, they can pile a few goals in on you as well. So this will be a good one from here on in. Here's Bain moving up, dumping it into the Trapper zone, and that puck hit the referee, I believe, and went into the Cub bench. Al Roy's got it, so we get a whistle.
12:24 left here in the second period. The Trappers are enjoying a 5-4 lead. The face-off will be just outside the Trapper blue line.
Brevard in there against Wade Ringler. Here's Bain. Dumps it in. Resto will play it for Filiatro behind the net. And it's cleared out past Bain. He dumps it back in again, and back out it comes to Baldwin at center. In there with Dunford. Into the slot it goes. Right past everybody, and Willard will play it to the line. And out comes Brevard. He's got a man with him. Brown on the far side. There's the pass, and it was blocked in front. Trailing the play is Joel. And he's dumped going to the net. There's going to be a penalty. Comes out in front. And the Trappers touch it, and there's the call, a hooking call. So the Cubs will go to the power play with 11:52 to go here in the second. They trail 5-4.
And the crowd is starting to to come alive a little bit. It took a long time, but we can hear them now. Last time Cubs were on the power play, Jack, they did not have a good power play. They scored a goal, but they didn't control the power play. Hopefully they'll do a little better this time.
Maybe that's what we need to get the crowd noisy here. Have the Cubs in trouble.
Well, that's right. Well, they are right now.
And we haven't seen that very often this year, have we?
No, we sure haven't.
Cubs being in trouble. Not that they're in desperate trouble here, but they are trailing.
They have the ability to pop in goals pretty quick.
Don't be surprised if within the next 2 minutes it's 5-5. McLean will take the drop of the Cubs to the right of Rustool. The Cubs control. Here's Joyelle. Along the boards for McLean. Pierce back to Joyelle. Lets it go when that drifts wide. Schuler against Major, and Schuler will get it out to center. 1:47 in the man advantage for the Cubs. They trail 5-4. Here's Major on the far side. That's the backtrack. And Joyelle. Trying to skate with it. Lost it momentarily. Gets it back. And here's Pearson over the line. Turns away from his man along the boards. Back to the point of Joyelle. Back along the boards to Pierce. He couldn't control it. And it's shot out and down the ice by Duchesne. Bullard comes out to play. Burnham at center to McLean. In over the line. Down behind the net it goes. Boucher muscles it out. And now Paquette gets a hold of it and dumps it down the ice. 1:05 in the Cub power play. 10:55 in the period. 5-4 North Bay. Here comes Major. Has it stolen away by Boucher. Boucher one-on-one against Gibson, and Gibson tips it away from him. And Sapiris comes back and gives it back again to Gibson, who heads in behind the net. And here they come. Krieger. Getting by Innes at center. Throws it into the North Bay zone. 35 seconds left on this Cup power play. Gibson keeping it in at the line. Innes can't come up with it. Here's Sapiris trying to get loose. Gets it over to Major. Throws it on goal right in front. They jam away at it. And Restool hangs on, and Krieger gets shoved right into the net along with Restool. 24 seconds left in the Cup man advantage.
10:16 left in the second period, and the Trappers do lead 5-4, and they've got the Cubs off their game a little bit here, Jack. Not a lot, but they're off their game a little bit in the second period, and as you mentioned earlier, the Cubs have the ability to score goals and score them quickly, and I think they'll do that here tonight, but they're sort of looking around here right now.
And the Cubs goaltending a little shaky here tonight, and I think that reflects in the hockey club. North Bay very confident in their goaltenders, of course. They're the backbone of this team. Jason needs to make a big save here, and everything will get back on track.
Yeah,
as the Cubs slide right in on goal.
I noticed, Jack, just watch the North Bay goaltender when they're taking the face-off in the corner. Watch the way his pads are. I don't think I've seen that type of a stance in their own end. He really opens up the middle.
Gives you that 5-hole and then tries to take it away. Been watching Patrick Waugh, I guess.
Well, not a bad guy to watch.
Or Felix Bonda, he does the same thing. Cubs in control now. 5 seconds in this power play. We'll have to hurry to get a shot away with the man advantage. Rivard behind the net. Centered it out front. Scott going for the hat trick, and he just failed to get a stick on it. And out of the penalty box is Baldwin. Down the ice it goes. He's chasing it against Gibson, but Gibson reaches for the puck. Puck cleared around the boards all the way out to the North Bay line. And Rivard will bring it in offside, so they'll have to clear the zone. Trappers, there's a pass for Evers a little too far. Gibson has it. Ringler. They score! Baldwin walked in and snapped one home from the face-off circle.
Well, that makes it 6-4, and I don't know, what can you say? The Cubs had a great first period, but they're running into some problems here in the second period. But let's give the Trappers some credit. When they get the puck, they go up ice, they get the shot away. That's what it's all about.
And they're able to put it in when they get the opportunities. And I know that the Cup players going to Jason Willard, trying to calm him down and give him some confidence, but the way the Cup goaltending has been in this game, and they've changed them 3 times, and they just can't seem to find themselves, either goaltender tonight.
Well, I noticed the North Bay fans have moved down to that end of the ice as well, so I don't think they're being very complimentary as well.
They can throw them off. They're going to keep doing it. 6-4 North Bay with 9:24 to go here in the second period. And again, we want to remind everybody that Kyle Flaxey will be back in the second intermission. You'll have a lot more time to talk with Kyle in that second intermission. For sure. Nice to see Kyle home, unfortunately, because of an injury, though. So the Cubs down by 2 now will try and crank up the offense and get back in this one. And they have it in the North Bay zone. Here's McLean, lets it go, rebound right in front of the net. Peterson lets it go from the point, tipped in front. And it's cleared away by Innes down the ice. And that'll be icing against North Bay. So the Cubs come right back and get some good opportunities on goal.
They had a couple good shots there. The time running down, 8:59 left here in the second. And we keep mentioning the time and the score for the benefit of people that aren't watching because there's no live TV. This is live radio. So,
well, one of the complaints that we got was we don't give the score enough. So we're going to try and give the score as often as we can.
And
for you people just tuning in to see what the score is.
Was that part of the critique?
It was. Oh. But that was a good part.
Very good point.
Yeah. Sometimes we forget because we know what the score is. Here comes this for North Bay out the center. Bodied off the puck by Peterson. Boucher follows up. Here's Robin Boucher in over the line. Working against Alexander. He stops him. Major fires it around the glass all the way up the center right. Major again hits Innes with that, or this rather, with that clearing pass. Alexander knocked down by Dunford. This pinned to the boards in his own zone by McLean. They dig away at it. North Bay player trying to freeze it. It comes loose. Here's Safiris, and he shot it off a leg to the far side. Schuler and Miller go to the boards heavily, and Miller goes down. Here's Major from the point. Deflected in front to save. Rebound. Oh, and Safiris just missed the open corner. Now McLean goes down, and there's going to be a penalty here to the Trappers.
The Trappers are running at anybody that's moving, and maybe that's part of the game plan because they've sure been physical here the last 3 or 4 minutes of this second period that we've seen. And I don't know what's going on out there. The players, North Bay are getting definitely one penalty, and it looks like Major is going to get a penalty.
So what looked like it might be a power play, or maybe this is going to go along with Major.
I believe you're right, Jack.
North Bay is going to get 2. The Cubs will get the 1.
Yep. Well, those penalties actually to Vish and Major were penalties after the play, a long ways away from the play, as a matter of fact. Pretty unnecessary penalties.
So some of the Liskeard fans trying to get the crowd to come alive here, but it's not working. Maybe a goal will do it.
Well, it was
right here on the power play.
It would certainly help.
3 goals? 3 goals will do it. Andrew says they got to get 3, the crowd will come alive.
Oh, okay.
Well, they can do that. It's happened before. Cubs keeping it in on this power play now. Burnham. Gets it to Krieger. Back to the point to Seaman. Along the boards to Krieger. Tried to slide it back to Joyelle, and it was blocked, and out comes Baldwin with Duchesne. There's a long shot. Willard kicks it away. And Joyelle will take it around behind the net. Seaman. Up on the wing to Burnham. This pass partially blocked. Pierce picking it up. In over the line. Tim Pierce. Along the boards. Back to the point to Seaman. Pierce trying to get loose. There's a backhand shot that drifts wide of the net. Joyelle moves up, and he loses the puck, and out comes North Bay. Baldwin and Duchesne in over the line, and getting over there nicely was Seaman, and he deflected that shot up and out of play. 1:15 left in the Cub power play. 7:15 in the period, and it's 6-4 for North Bay. The Cubs did lead this game 3-1 at the end of the first period, so it's been a big period for the Trappers.
Well, it sure has. The first period, the Cubs outshot the Trappers 24-7. The second period, the shots are dead even, 10-10. Andrew just had a little bit of an accident here.
I know who taught you to drink that pond, but I'm not telling you her name.
No, I couldn't imagine.
Here's Gibson in the corner. Turning away from his man. 1:05 in this Cup power play as they come to center. Sean Scott. Scott drops it back for Bain. On the boards for Scott. Give and go with Brown, side of the net, and try to jam it in. Now Brown has it again. Here's Curtis McLean, back for Bain. Bain at the point, loses it to Innes, but recovers and gets it over to Gibson. At center, here's Bain in wide of the North Bay goal. Sean Scott hustling in there after. Comes on the power play. Here's Bain at the point. Gonna let it go through a screen off the skate of Anello, and Boucher's gonna turn and fire it off Gibson's stick to center. 25 seconds left for man advantage for the Cubs. Sean Scott bodied off the puck. Scott battling on the far side. Tip to the corner. Brown comes up with it. Brown behind the net. Here's Curtis McLean. Back for Brown. Takes the shot, gets it to McLean. McLean's going to let it go right on. Rebound, side of the net, and McLean picks it up again. Gets it back to Bain. Back for McLean. Brown trying to come out in front, and sliding over there was Paquette. Puck's underneath him, and we get a whistle, and the North Bay penalty is over, so they successfully kill that off. Cubs had good puck control, Jim, on that power play, but no real good shots on goal.
No real good shots on goal, and the point men would be open, but they wouldn't be open for very long. The trapper would just slide out to the point and take the shot away. And the Cubs have to start getting those shots, because 10 shots in the second period, not a lot of shots for this hockey club.
No, not what we're used to seeing. But as you said, let's give credit to North Bay here. They've been able to turn this thing around in their favor, and they're playing much better now than they were in the first period.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
They win the draw, get it to the line. Peterson will keep it in momentarily. Now it comes out to center. Menard puts it right on Zabir's stick and into the North Bay zone. It goes live. Up to center. Filiatro picks it up off the boards from the corner in zone, fires it around the far side. Andy Burnham cuts it off. He knocks Hodge down, and here's Filiatro. Hodge thought he was going to take Andy off the puck there. It didn't work. Burnham again. As you mentioned, Jim, he's having a good game here tonight. Really skating.
Really playing out there.
Comes right off the North Bay player into the crease, and Restoll has to be sharp there with Tim Zafiris looking for a loose puck.
But I don't think this line is quite as effective right now as it was most of the year, Jack. And I think part of the reason is they're not taking the body that they normally do. And I don't say that you take penalties, but when you're taking the body on the offense, you've got those North Bay team looking around, and somebody's going to get open and get a scoring chance. And they haven't been getting as many scoring chances, in my opinion, as they got all year.
Face off to the left of Restoul. Boucher against McLean. Back. Frank turns and throws it towards the goal. Knocked down there by Dunford. Tyler Dunford. Long shot wide of the cup goal. Schuler against Miller. Ooh, and they hit heavily and go down. Miller on top of Schuler. And we're going to get a whistle here. Well, as we said, if there was any thought that these teams would hold back at all, because they're both in the All-Ontario already, forget it.
Exactly, and there'll be no holding back. We've got 5 minutes left here in the second period. We've got a couple penalties here. Miller gets the penalty for the Cubs, and was it Schuler for the
I believe so, yeah. Pair of 9s heading off the ice.
Miller's been working really hard out there tonight. He looked like a runaway train there about 3 or 4 minutes ago. He was just sailing out there. But he's been working hard. Hasn't been rewarded yet, but been working very hard.
Don't forget Game 2 of this series, by the way, Sunday night right here. And after what we've seen so far tonight, you don't want to miss that game Sunday night.
You're right.
7:30 is game time. And there's a full house here tonight. Boucher against McFrank on the draw. And down goes Boucher. Puck's underneath him. Dug free. To get from the point. Lets it go on the stick wide of the net. Into the corner, and here comes Alexander, getting it up to McLean. Curtis McLean in over the line, working against Dunford. They go to the corner, down goes McLean, puck's underneath him, cleared around. Here's Fisk now for North Bay, puts it right on Gibson's stick, but he brought it out over the line, and that's offside.
And I believe, Jack, on Sunday night that the big boy is going to have the special guest.
Oh, he can't let you talk him. This is a contest now. Did you notice that the big guy has got a different hairstyle going? He's got a dry look now.
I noticed
got rid of the
that.
grill cream.
Yeah. And he got it cut, too.
Yeah. Jack Scully said he had the peacock look going today, that little rooster thing going on. Looks pretty good for a guy who's almost 60 though, you know. Cleared into the north base zone. Rescue behind the net. Rivard hustling in there, getting right on that puck. But it's taken away by a Ringler. Around the boards it goes. Goyal can't keep it in, and it's cleared out to the cup line. Bain comes up with it. Out to center. Goyal with Evers right on him. And a two-line pass. 4:06 to go here in the second. 6-4 North Bay. The goal scorers in the second period, Curtis McLean for the Cubs, and then it was Menard, Boucher, Paquette, Schuler, and Baldwin for the Trappers, and a couple of those goals on the power play.
Are you going to announce the special guest on Sunday, or is he going to keep it secret?
I don't know. You kept it secret. He'll have to keep it. He has to play right along with it. Can you imagine him on Christmas morning when he was a kid? Did he have any brothers and sisters, by the way?
Well, yes, I understand that he does have a sister for sure, and I'll bet you she didn't open any presents.
Not before he did, anyway.
Especially if they were chocolate.
Anything to do with food. We got some trouble in the Cub crease. I guess maybe the little gouge in the ice.
Trouble in the Cubs end.
Yeah, we had that this period, haven't we? What do you think of these new nets, by the way? They look a little smaller, don't they? not
only
at the
if you're shooting the puck.
Not at the Cub end tonight, but here's Anello at center. Long shot right on, and they say that's onside, so we'll do it all over again, bring it outside the line.
Well, the Trappers are content to keep this game slowed down for sure, and they're going to play it that way, I think, in the third period. You're going to see them take a hold of the player and kind of hang on, be in your face. They'll be satisfied to play this way the rest of the game.
I think that'd be a big mistake if they tried to play that defensive style and hang on. No, I really do.
Could be.
Eventually the Cubs will get to them if they do that. In it. Now it's high stick. Joyelle walks in, lets it go. Oh, and he just missed. And that was a long shot. He had a lot on that one. Yellow. Slides it up to center. Now here's Evers in over the line. He's got Innes going to the net. There's the pass, and it was behind him. And Joyelle will flip it up to Brown, who backhands it to center. Scott doesn't control it at the line. Here's Rivard throwing it across to Joyelle, in over the line. Drops it back for Brown. Here's Rivard, walks in. Oh, and that hit something in front and jumped up over top of the net. Close call. Anello now behind his own net. He'll fire it around the glass, or he tried to. I guess he fanned on it, and here comes Baldwin. Gets it out to center. Peterson's there to take it away. Over to Joyelle. Trappers changing. Here's a long pass up for Krieger just off the bench, and that hopped off the stick. Hodge around the boards on the far side. Baldwin's going to pick it up. Gets it out to center. Burnham picking it up for the Cubs. Dumps it in. Menard back to center it goes. Duchesne against Major inside the line. Now here's Baldwin. Shot right on. Rebound, and Willard covers up. 2:34 left in the period. 6-4 for North Bay. I have to take a second look at who the goaltender was there.
Yeah,
There's been a few changes in this period.
There sure has. And Jason's made a couple of good saves since he's come back into the game. And, you know, they've got to get through this period here. There's 2:34 left in the second. They've got to get through this with no more damage done and come out at the third the way they come out the first period, and they'll be okay.
So the face-off to the left of Willard, and Spears is going to take the draw against Dennis. North Bay wins it. Paquette from the point, shoots it wide. Goes into the corner where Burnham picks it up. It's up to Krieger. Off his stick, down into the North Bay zone. Rescue way out of the net, and Spears almost knocked that down. Peterson clears it into the North Bay zone. Here's Paquette again. Gets it up for Baldwin. A little too far for him, and Major has it. High in the air to center. Bouncing puck, knocked down by Paquette. He clears it back into Major inside his own line. Throws it across to Peterson. 2:04 left in the period. Back behind the Cub net it goes. Major is going to pick it up. Off the boards to center. Hodge fires it right back in. Hits the referee with it. Major now on the puck. And delayed offside is the call at the Cub line. 1:50 left in the period. 6-4 for North Bay.
And I have noticed, Jack, there's no question the Trappers are playing 3 men back. There's no question about that the last 3 or 4 minutes. And two things could happen by doing that. Either the Cubs could take the play away or they could spring somebody, and we'll see what happens.
Boucher out there now for North Bay against McLean. Cubs win it. Gibson loses it. Boucher picks it up, and now here's Alexander. Checked there by This again taking it away. Seaman knocks it down, gets it up off the boards into the North Bay zone. Filiatro turning inside the line, fires it to the center. Gibson moving up. It's going to be offside. He has to clear the zone. Miller chasing it back in his own zone now with 1:27 here left in the second. Schuler almost stealing one. Now here come the Cubs McLean. He's got Alexander in the middle, gets in the puck. Alexander trying to work his way through. He's checked, and Restool comes out, plays it off the glass. Filiatro gets it to the line, not out. Good play by Seaman to keep it in. Now here's McLean. He's got a man in front, and he centered it, and Alexander couldn't get a stick on it. Now there's a long pass up to Schuler, and Seaman does a good job to break that up. Now here's Viss trailing the play in over the line, and Gibson gets over there. In behind the Cubs net, it goes where McLean picks it up. Baldwin off the bench. Now here comes Jeremy Miller for the Cubs to center. Long high drive brought down by Restool, and he'll hang on, and we're going to face off in the North Bay zone with 43 seconds to go here in period number 2.
And the shots on goal in the second period, very close actually. 12 shots on goal by the Cubs and 11 shots on goal by the Trappers. So the shots on goal in the second period were very close, but the Trappers sure came to life.
Don't forget, in our second intermission as well, we'll give you the answer to our Cubs trivia and tell you who the winner was. A familiar name. Here's Joyelle. Throws it on goal, and Brown had his stick lifted. Cubs trying to get one here before the end of the period. 34 seconds left. The North Bay will come out with it, and they have a 2-1-1 situation here. Duchesne with Innes. Duchesne lets it go, but it was partially blocked, and it flutters over top the net. Back come the Cubs. Brevard couldn't get away, and it's shot back into the Cubs zone. 20 seconds left here in the period. Anello from the point lets it go right in front of the net. Backhand, and to save it, the North Bay player's down, and the Cubs will get it and come out with it. 9 seconds left. They'll have to hurry here. Brown's being checked, slotted over the line. Tried to get it to the net, and that will do it for period number 2. And a big period for the North Bay Trappers. They'll head to the dressing room with a 6-4 lead. And a stunned crowd here after the first period. It was all Cubs, and North Bay comes back and controls the second. So for you people watching on Cable 12, we'll take a break and be right back with third period action after this. So here we go with this third period, game 1 of this best-of-5 final series between the Cubs and North Bay. North Bay leading 6-4 as we start the final period. Paquette chasing it back into his own zone, and now Restool comes up, plays it right onto his Pearson stick. North Bay will get rid of it down the ice, and that's icing against the Trappers. And I'm going to tell you right now, North Bay better not think they can play like this period, or the Cubs will come back and get them.
Yeah, you said that a couple times,
Jack. Don't play possum with the Cubs. They know how to hunt possum and eat them too. Not only Jed Clampett knew that. The Cubs. Krieger, Burnham, and Tapiris out there. Timmy's going to get loose here and crank one off. He's due. And he gets the puck from the face-off, but it comes out to center. Baldwin flattened at center by Major. And here come the Cubs. Burnham chasing it in against Paquette. They bump, go to the corner. Andy trying to kick it free, and now behind the play, a penalty, a high sticking call. I think Krieger's going to go.
Krieger gets the gate, and the penalty is high sticking. A high sticking penalty in the offensive zone. Not a great penalty. Early here in the third period, and this gives North Bay a very, very big opportunity, Jack. If North Bay happens to get a goal on this power play, could be a long third period.
And Krieger very frustrated with that call and with himself. I'm sure he didn't intentionally go in there to high stick him. They just got tangled up and the stick did come up a bit. call was made. From the draw, Joel dumps it in. North Bay on the power play here, leading 6-4 early here in the first period. John Viss backhands it to center, and Joel takes it. Fires it down the ice. Rustin will out to play it. Filiatro with Brown in there. Forechecking. Hits it up on the wing to Schuler off his stick. He's bodied off the puck by Sean Scott. Brown can't get loose. And here's Filiatro right in front of his own goal. Gives it to Anello, who falls, and Sean Scott's going to steal. Shot right in front of the net, and Brown was checked, and he couldn't get a stick on it. Back comes North Bay. Anello loses the puck. Joel's got it. And he clears it out and down the ice. 1:10 left in this North Bay power play. Here's Boucher. Getting it up to Evers with Menard in over the line. Menard with the puck. Lets it go off a stick behind the net. Comes out in front. Back to the point and pass. Hodge down the ice. Paquette taking it in behind his own net. Up on the wing to Evers. Gives it away to Zafiris. McLean's in the corner. He's trying to slide it through. He's checked. Stays with it. Now it's in the corner. Hodge along the boards. The Ringler comes right out to Zafiris. He turns and fires, and that puck was up on end, and that went straight up and almost to the chili sign up there.
That puck would have been right out of the building, Jack. It sure was a high shot, but Cubs kind of hanging on here right now, and they've got to get through this penalty. There's only 28 seconds left in the penalty. The Trappers are leading 6-4 and face off outside the Trapper blue line.
Cubs win it. Gibson off of Rivard's stick, high in the air, down into the North Bay zone it goes, where Hodge will take it behind the net, throws it around to Paquette. Pass up over on the right side to Menard. He couldn't control it. Back into the North Bay zone it goes. Cubs doing a good job of killing this thing off. Jim Menard. Center. Cubs back in again. That will just about do it here, as Evers will have to backtrack. Here they come. Paquette over the line. Off a stick high. Up a bit out of play. And the cup penalty to Krieger is over, so they weather that storm. And they did a good job of killing that off.
Well, they did, and there weren't a lot of dangerous chances. Now the Cubs have to go on the attack. They have to pick up a goal here fairly soon because time is going to be an enemy.
Boucher on the draw against Rivard. Just inside the Cub line. Peterson comes up with the cup at the center. Boucher turns and fires it back in, and right back to Peterson, and he'll skate it out this time. His pass for Rivard off the mark. And a two-line pass charged against North Bay. 17-13 to go in the third. 6-4 Trappers leading it. Game 2, Sunday night, 7:30 right here. We'll be on the air. Oh, I would say about 7:15, maybe 7:10. We've got so many commercials to play Sunday night, we better come on at 7, I think.
Well, that's a good idea, and you've got a couple of guys that can fill a lot of time, too.
You're not talking about us, are you?
No.
I didn't think so. Here's Boucher into the Cub zone. Peterson with it. Up on the wing to Scott. Here comes Rivard. Trying to get around Dunford. They bump. This turns, flips it up to the line. Kept in by Peterson. But it's knocked back out. And Mazur will chase it down. Peterson having a little trouble with it. Boucher right on him. Around behind the net it goes. Here's Rivard. Up to Brown at center. Over to Peterson. That's blocked. And Baldwin in over the line. Baldwin's got Boucher going to the net, and he loses the puck. And Brown comes up with it, and he'll come back the other way for the Cubs. Kicks it ahead and skates to center. Innes checking him. And back comes North Bay again. That's broke up by Mazur. Dunford at his own line, off the board, into the Cubs zone. And icing is the call. So the puck will come back into the North Bay zone. 16-10 to go here in the third. 6-4 Trappers.
It's a very hard game to call here in the third period, Jack. Very scrambly, a lot of play between the two blue lines, and gee, I don't know. The Cubs look a little bit nervous out there. Of course, they should, you know, they are, because they're down 2 goals, and they need a goal in a big way. North Bay are quite willing to play the clock out.
Bad thing to do, Jim.
Well, I know, but it's working for them.
Yeah, so far. I think what they hope to do is catch the Cubs on another one of those 2-on-1s, or get the Cubs pinching and force it. Here comes Ringler. Tried to shoot one off the stick, slid in behind Menard. Ringler against Bain. Bain takes him off the puck. Joel now battling there with Menard. Miller's in there as well, along with Evers for North Bay. They kick it free. Comes to the line. Hodge keeps it in momentarily, but backing up the play is Miller, and out he comes. Alexander off the stick up and out of play. And Alexander is sliding into the boards. North Bay doing a good job though, so far in this period of getting back, picking up their man, deflecting shots away from the net.
Well, they are. They're playing well here in the third period. You know, they've got the opportunity to steal a game here, and to steal the first game in this building, I'll tell you, that's something.
Maybe the big guy knew something we didn't know this morning when he said that. From the draw, the Trappers clear to center, knocked down by Seaman. Now here's Krieger turning at center. Iliatro didn't do anything with it, and it's cleared in to the North Bay zone. I guess that's icing against the Cubs.
It looked like there was going to be a big hefty check there at center ice, but they thought better of it. Looks like Krieger might be going.
Looks like he is, yeah. I think both are
maybe
going.
both, yeah. 23 for North Bay, and that would be Duchesne and Krieger. Actually, Duchesne's had a pretty good game here, Jack. He's not a big guy, but I've noticed he's skating very hard. He takes his checks and he gives his checks. Boucher's the guy with the points, but Duchesne's got a lot of heart out there.
So the face-off in the Cubs zone to the right of Jason Willard, who started the game, then was replaced, and came back in, then was replaced, and came back in. Is that about right?
It sounds good to me.
I lost track somewhere along the way. All that in the second period. There you go. There's the center by the Cubs. Now back up in Trappers. Baldwin keeps it in off Seaman. He picks it up off the board, and behind the net. Boucher still in front, and Willard saved the day there as he come out and poked it away from Baldwin. Cubs guilty of a giveaway there, and it almost cost them, and Jason Willard was sharp to get rid of that thing. Here's Andy Burnham. And one ahead, one cup to the other, so we get the whistle. 14:49 left in the third. 6-4 North Bay, a 5-goal second period by the Trappers turned this game around in their favor.
Well, it certainly did, and the second period was very disastrous for the Cubs. I don't have to tell you that because it shows on the scoreboard. The Cubs are not pressing in this third period like we thought they might. They're not skating as well, for sure, as they did in the first.
I think they're a little cautious about what might happen in their own end. They don't want to give up a goal here early. Here comes Rivard, in over the line, and Scott is going to get a pick, and we get an offside call. So we'll have a face-off outside the North Bay blue line.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jack. What the Cubs need, and they need badly, they need a goal here very soon to open this game up again. The game has really tightened down. A lot of play between the blue lines. We said that before. That's what's happening, and it's a dull third period.
Boucher and Rivard. Cubs win it. Here's Major. Moves up. Fires it in to the right of Rusto. Hilkenhoff playing back into the corner. Schuler comes up with it, and he's taken off the puck. But Boucher moves up and clears it out, and Major fires it right back in, and that gave Rusto some trouble from a long way out. Greg Major in behind his own net. Boucher chasing him. He gets rid of it to the corner, and out down the ice it goes. And that's icing against the Cubs. Again, we congratulate Vicki Willard, the winner of our Cubs trivia. She wins those Air Canada regional tickets. Game tickets courtesy of Nortel Mobility, Northern Telephone. And don't forget to play with us again on Sunday night. I think the question on Sunday will be a bit tougher, don't you think?
Oh, do you think so?
I hope so. Gee, I hope so. Yeah. Yeah, an interesting question.
Oh, very good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, of course, you give a pretty good clue on that, Commissioner of the Great North Midget League, too.
I said something about little, didn't I? From the draw, North Bay wins it. There's a shot that deflects wide of the net. Seems like everything's shot towards the Cubs goal now, Jim, is dangerous. It takes a funny hop and funny bounce. The Bear is trying to get by his man. He's held up at center. McLean gets it over to Alexander, and offside is the call. And you can see North Bay, as you mentioned, Jim, getting back on every opportunity, and 4 or 5 guys across that blue line trying to slow the Cubs down. And we've got a penalty here to the Cubs. Alexander's going to go.
Oh.
What did he do there?
Well, I'm not sure about that one. I know he tipped the puck into the North Bay end.
Yes.
And it looked like Safiris had hung himself up on the blue line, and I don't know what happened there, to tell you the truth.
Well, we do know the North Bay's on the power play.
Yeah, and they're double shifting Boucher. He's out there pretty near every second shift. I don't know. If I was playing against Boucher tonight, I think I'd be playing a little more aggressive.
From the draw, puck into the North Bay zone. The Cat throws it across to Filiatro up on the boards to this. Dane takes a run at him, misses him, but the Cubs get control and fire down right on goal. Restuel playing it. Here's the Cats. Long pass up on the right side for this too far, and the Cubs will clear right back down the ice again. Again, Restuel out to play it. Minute 32 left in the man advantage for North Bay. Cat behind the net with Filiatro. Cubs doing a good job of pinning the trappers in. Now here's Boucher coming out, and he couldn't control the puck. And Joyelle takes it away. It's like a 2-on-1 situation for North Bay. Here's Paquette from the blue line. Puts it right on the stick of Joyelle as he broke the stick. Now here comes Joyelle in over the line. Working around Filiatro. Joyelle dragging that puck behind the net. He's knocked down. Here's McLean. Turns. And he shot it off the side of the net. And now...
Face off in the corner, Jack. I think it hit the side of the net. McLean thought he had the goal, and so did the crowd. But the goaltender certainly had that corner covered very well. Time starting to become a factor. 12:49 left here in the third period. The Trappers maintain that 6-4 lead. Shots on goal here in the third period, Jack? Not very many.
No.
And that's got to tell you where the play has been.
And the Cubs on this penalty, they're shorthanded, but they've had the better chances here. And they're starting to carry the play again.
That's right, and they've got to do that. And as we mentioned earlier, they've got to get 2 goals for sure, and they better get 1 pretty soon.
58 seconds left in this North Bay power play. Face off to the right of Restuel, and the referee talking to Larry Keenan at the North Bay bench about what I don't know, about who's on the ice and who's not on the ice, or who's supposed to be there.
Well, if they don't know, I'm sure we don't.
Well, he's telling Paquette that he has to get back on the ice. I think that's what it was. He tried to sneak in an extra change there.
I see.
Well, Larry's been known to do that.
I've been around.
So the Cubs would like to sneak a short-handed one here to turn this game around, get back in it. They'd only be down 1 then and have momentum on their side. And Krieger goes to the corner, and he's going to succeed in freezing it, and we'll get another face-off in the North Bay zone. 49 seconds left in the North Bay power play.
Well, it makes for a dull third period, doesn't it? I mean, the play is going along very slow. North Bay are very content to stop the play anytime they can, and why wouldn't they be? I mean, if that strategy is going to work for them, they're going to use it.
12:40 left here in the third. Boucher against Krieger to the right of Restuel. Anello tips it away from Safiris, and this turns, puts it right on Krieger's stick, and tips it to Safiris, who in turn loses it to Anello, who one-hands it down the ice. North Bay's playing this power play like they're killing the penalty. Boucher back behind the net. And he'll come right in front of his own goal, gets it up on the wing to this. In over the line. This goes to the corner against Gibson. This still on that puck, taken to the boards now by Gibson. Schuler moved in, goes behind the net. Seaman plays it back to the near side, right onto Vis's stick. This trying to come out of the corner. Safiris on him. And Gibson comes up with the puck. He heads in behind the net. The penalty to Alexander is over. He tried to get him the puck. It goes down the ice. And that'll be icing against the Cubs. But they did a great job of killing that off, Jim. They worked very hard.
They sure did, and they had to kill that penalty off because we've got 11:44 left here in the third period. And the Cubs now have to pick this game up a little bit. They've got to get the tempo going again. North Bay should be suspect to be tired. I mean, they're 2 players short, as you mentioned, before the game started. It's been a fairly fast game. It hasn't been really physical, just from time to time. And the Cubs, I think, should pick it up as much as they can.
11:44. Now the crowd coming alive a little bit here. They want the Cubs to get rolling. They're not used to seeing this. Neither are we. There's Peterson. Ooh, and that deflected up off the stick and had a few people ducking.
Well, the North Bay people have been very noisy too, Jack. And,
they have, yeah.
And they've got something to cheer about right now. So this crowd here has got to come alive. The team has to come alive. They've still got a fair bit of time, but something has to happen fairly soon.
We talked about the crowd being quiet. I would like to say one thing about the crowd, though. It is nice to see a full rink, so hats off to the fans in the Tri-Town who come out to support this hockey club. And you know how fast the Air Canada Regional was sold out. That says a lot for the hockey fans in this area.
Oh, that's great, and it's nice to see that for sure.
Face-off inside the Cub line. Rivard and Ringler on the draw. Major comes up with it, off the boards to center. The catch checked by Brown. Gets it to Rivard. Taken away by Dunford in behind the North Bay net. Dunford skating it out. Gets it up. Here's Evers now at center. Evers is going to flip to the bench. Walks in, and he was checked by Peterson and couldn't get the shot away and back up the Cubs. A 2-1-1. Rivard with Brown. Get over the line. There's the pass in front. And it bounces right into the score. I don't know what the call's going to be here, Jim. The referee is over there.
I'm not sure what's going to happen. The referee is going to have to decide whether the puck went in before the net was dislodged or whether it didn't. And we're not going to know that here.
He's talking with his linesman, so we'll have to wait.
There's no question that Brownie drove for the net.
I don't think he's going to count it. I think he's pointed to the face-off circle. He's not checking with the goal judge.
No, he hasn't approached the goal judge at all, so obviously he's satisfied with the opinion of the linesman.
And it's not going to be a goal. The face-off's going to be in the North Bay zone.
You're right. The face-off will be to the right of Restoule.
It was a bit iffy, wasn't it? It was kind of a...
I thought it was a bit iffy, actually. I mean, it would have been a nice goal to get.
Yeah.
But I have to think that was the right call. Well, it brought the crowd to life, Jack.
It sure did. 11:08 to go in the third, so North Bay still leads 6-4.
Now watch the stance of Restoule.
Yeah, that is different, isn't it? From the face-off, Iliatro comes out to center with it. Checked by Rivard. Brown picks it up. Now here's Rivard trying to skate it over the line. He's checked, turned back the other way, and Peterson will get it to Brown up the North Bay line and over the line. And Rivard he tried to get out of there, and he just allowed a fraction of a second to it.
Well, that was a close call for sure, and at the blue line. And they're a little bit frustrated there now. There's no question about that. They know they can play better than what they're playing here in the third period. They played extremely well in the first period and didn't score as many goals as they could have. And that's a bit frustrating, too.
Yeah, with the 24 shots, they had some great chances. But, hey, again, Restoule gave up 3 goals but played very well.
And when you get the type of goaltending North Bay has here tonight, that's what can happen. You can come in and steal a game, and they just look like they might do that tonight.
Trapper is cleared from the draw down into the Cub zone. Willard playing it for Joyelle. To Bain. Up to Safiris. Nice pass up on the right side to Andy Burnham. In over the line he goes. Poke check. He comes to the line. Not out. And now they blow it down, but it was kind of a delayed reaction there.
I think everything's delayed here in the third period. I'll tell you, it's been scrambly.
10:32 as we approach the halfway point of this final period.
Gee, I got 10:41.
But you didn't think you were going to get out of here any time before 11, did you? No. By the way, if there is overtime, they'll switch ends at the end of the period, play a 10-minute sudden death. If it's still tied, they'll flood, and they'll have a 20-minute sudden death. Krieger, Ferris, thanks one. Oh, he just missed. Andy Burnham dumps it to the corner, and it's taken away there by Paquette. But he's checked by Burnham. Burnham goes down, looked over at the referee, hoping that maybe he'll get a call, but it didn't happen. Paquette off the board, gets center again. Burnham. Here's Baldwin. Throws one in off main skate to the corner. North Bay changing. Boucher on the ice now with Schuler. Safiris for the Cubs. Coming to center. Long shot wide of the net. Ooh, and the rest will play that kind of funny. Now here's Boucher breaking in over the line. Lets it go. Willard way out of the net makes a save. Bouncing puck, and it's taken away by Safiris. And behind the play, Robin Boucher getting up very slowly. Now here's Burnham back to Krieger. And that's blocked in front of the net there by Viss. Good play by John Viss. Krieger walked into that one. Viss back the other way with Boucher. Now here's Boucher again in over the line. All by himself trying to move in front. And he has it taken away, and back come the Cubs. Jonathan Seaman dropped it back for Scott. And the Trappers get it out to center. Gibson. Long shot in on goal. Rubbed down by Restro. He'll play it in behind the net. Hodge will fire it around the boards. Brown keeps it in. Evers coming up with it down for the Trappers. Slowly to center. Slides it into the Cub zone. 8:45 left in the third period. 6-4 for North Bay. Gibson. Behind the net. Brown couldn't find the puck. Trappers clear it back in, and it's offside at the Cub blue line.
Well, the play picked up a little bit there for a couple of minutes, Jack. There were a few good scoring chances. Cubs still need that goal, and they need it pretty soon. They need 2 goals, but they need 1 to get it started. And the fans are trying to get them going here. That's the noisiest they've been tonight.
Nice to hear that, isn't it?
It is.
Paquette from the draw plays it off the boards at center, cleared into the Cub zone. Peterson flips it back to center. Safiris turns with it. Tim Safiris gonna let one go right on off a stick. Restro will have to be sharp there. That's the type of goal the Cubs need. A long one like that. Get them fired up again and put North Bay on their heels. Here's Major. Knocked down by Safiris at center and over the line. He's knocked off the puck. Down he goes, and Baldwin's got to break the other way. Baldwin going in on goal. And Major got back and lifted his stick, and Willard slides out and stops the puck. Good hustle by Greg Major to get that.
Well, it was, and dangerous play there, and if it had been a goal, that would have been a good night.
You're probably right.
Big crowd up above there tonight, too, Jack.
At the cubby hole.
Yeah.
And the proceeds are going to the Ontario game for the physically disabled, coming to Liskeard July 10th to 13th. That's going to be one big event, is it not?
That will be a biggie.
Here's Bain behind the net from the face-off. Gets it up to Brown at center. Dave Brown handling his way through traffic and over the North Bay line on the far side he goes. Digging to the corner. Centered it out in front. Puck still in the slot area. Here's Scott. Oh, and it was blocked in front. Comes right out in front of the net, and Viss will slide it to center. And there's Schuler chasing it against Joyelle. And Schuler goes down, and Joyelle comes up with the puck. Pace of this game really picking up here. Oh, Boucher almost stole one at center. Into the North Bay zone it goes. Dunford around the board. Bain pinching in. Can't keep it in, and here's Boucher. Long pass over to Schuler. And he takes a high shot wide of net. Boucher being held along the boards on the far side by Sean Scott. And he never could catch up on the play. now at center. Backhands it into the Cub zone. Right on goal. Willard will play it, and Seaman picks it up. Off Ringler's glove to center. Burnham couldn't control it. Now Ringler back the other way for North Bay. Dumps it to the corner. 6:38 left in the third. 6-4 North Bay. Burnham. Now here's Zafiris coming out. Tim Zafiris. In over the line. Cutting towards the net. Slid it in there. And Restuol covers up with Krieger standing right there. And we'll have a face-off in the North Bay zone.
Well, Jack, I've noticed that Boucher has had more scoring chances in this game tonight than any game I've seen him play this year. Looks like North Bay might be picking up a penalty here. Number 14, Ringler heading to the box. I didn't see the signal. Look, my guess would be it was roughing after the play because Krieger went into the goaltender and it looked like somebody came over to give him a little visit.
Well, here you go. 6:25 left in the third, and the Cubs trailing by 2, and now they have a power play opportunity, so they need to score on this one, and if they do, we're in for a wild finish here at the OK Corral.
Jason doing a little repair work down in the Cub net on his equipment. The face-off will be to the right of the goaltender, Restuol. Jack mentioned 6:25 remaining, and it looks like we're ready to finally get the next sequence of play going here.
All right, power play Cubs. They're down by 2. They need one here. Time running out. Krieger, Burnham, Spears up front. Puck goes to the corner from the draw. Krieger picks it up. Centered it out in front. Puck sitting there, and the Trappers will get it out to center. Seaman right back into the North Bay zone it goes. Restuol out to play it. Filiatro rifles it around the glass, takes a funny hop and out, and down the ice it goes, where Seaman picks it up. And Baldwin right on top of him, and forcing the Cubs to pass that puck a little quicker than they wanted to. Baldwin doing a heck of a job there, killing this off, turns and gets it back inside the line. Now Seaman trying to get organized here on this power play, gets it up to Krieger. Both checked at the line. Seaman brought it in offside, so we'll get the call. 1:22 left in the man advantage for the Cubs, and 5:47 to go in the third.
And the shots on goal in the third period, the Cubs have had 6, the Trappers have had 4, and boy, look at the trend. 24-7 the shots on goal in favor of the Cubs in the first, 12-12 shots on goal in the second, and right now we've got 6-4 shots on goal in the third.
Greg Major from the draw. Center goes across to his defensive partner, Joyelle. Back to Major, into the middle of McLean. Slides it up to Brown. He was checked at the line, and it comes to center to an open wing where Sean Scott backtracks and gets it inside the line to Greg Major. Comes on the power play here for the next minutes as Scott comes in over the line. And the Trappers pick it off and shoot it down the ice. 54 seconds left in the man advantage. 5:15 to go in the third. Cubs down by 2. Here comes McLean. Gets it up to Brown. Filiatro gets in front of him and slides it out to center. Sean Scott. Major over to Joyelle. He's going to skate it up to the North Bay line. Drops it back to Brown. Checked by Innes. McLean along the boards. Gets it to Brown. Back for McLean. Back for Brown. Back to the point it comes to Joyelle. Back along the boards to Brown. Into the corner it goes. McLean knocked down by Filiatro. Comes in front of the net right to Boucher. And he slowly brings it to center. And then fires it down the ice with 9 seconds left on this Cub power play. They'll have to hurry to get a shot on goal with the man advantage. Here's Major. Comes to center with it. Gets it to Joyelle. North Bay players back on. Comes in over the line. Zafiris throws it into a slot. Puts it right on Paquette's stick. He gets it up. Baldwin couldn't get loose. And Joyelle turns the other way. Down into the North Bay zone. It goes behind the net. Andy Burnham in the corner. Bumped by Paquette. Comes back to the point to Seaman. Here comes the shot. Oh, and that was tipped by Burnham just wide of the net. Here's Gibson at the point. Into the corner to Zafiris. Burnham. Puck high in the air, bouncing around crazily at the side of the net. Burnham trying to shake off Paquette, who's checking in. Around the boards it goes to the far side. Gibson keeps it in, puts it right off Filiatro. He fires it down the ice. And that's icing against North Bay with 3:39 left in the third period. Still 6-4 North Bay.
Yes, it is, Jack. And, you know, I've watched the North Bay players changing here, and they're going off the ice very, very tired. And that should be a strategy for sure, and it probably will be come Sunday night. I think you'll see this Cub team come out very fired up and maybe a little bit more physical than they were tonight. Because when you're getting checked off the puck and you're double shifting your players, they're going to get very tired.
From the draw, puck slides in behind the North Bay goal, and now right up front, it could be score! Rivard!
Well, that's a big goal. The Cubs really needed that one. There's 3:34 remaining here in the third period, and that's the 7th shot on goal that the Cubs have had here in the third period, and I think you're going to see a real finish here now, Jack.
Whoa, look out, hang on. 6-5 North Bay with 3:34 to go. We could be... No, I'm not going to say it. And the crowd has come alive here now. Sean Scott gets the assist on the Rivard goal. And back they come. Sean Scott, Brown and Rivard again, in over the line. Boucher can't come up with the puck. Scott into the board. Now Boucher. Out and he was stopped. Anello around the boards. This tipping it by Gibson, but it will stay in. Here's Brown with it. Comes to the side of the North Bay goal. Around the boards. Menard off the boards to center. Gibson. 2:51 left in the third. Boucher picking up the puck now. And here comes Menard for the Choppers. In over the line, and he's checked, and here's Burnham back the other way now. Andy Burnham. Stopped at the line. Safiris gets it to Major. Tried to get around Filiatro. He was checked. And it's cleared to center. And here comes Baldwin. Baldwin speeding past Peterson and scored!
Well, there's another big goal. We keep saying that. 2:20 left here in the third period. North Bay get that 2-goal lead back, Jack, and that's a pretty unfortunate thing. The Cubs were just coming to life, had the opportunity to tie this game, didn't do it. Now North Bay goes back up 2 goals.
And Mitch Baldwin, he was flying as he headed up the ice, and he caught Robbie Peterson flat-footed and blew around him. And Jason came out and gambled a bit, and it went underneath him. And it's a 2-goal lead again for North Bay. 2:20 left in the third. Cubs need to get one quick here. Leatro off the boards to center. And here comes in is for North Bay. Oh, and he almost broke through. Paquette keeps it in at the line. Blocked by Burnham. He backhands it to center. Safiris. Now here's comes Safiris. He's got a break. He's going right in on goal. And he couldn't jam it in. And now a whistle as the net came off. And I think we've got a penalty here. Coming to North Bay.
Well, Safiris was really persistent. He kept going after that puck, and he did get a scoring chance, but have to see what the call is. It looks like Paquette heading to the penalty box, and 1:51 here left in the third period, Jack.
Don't go away. This thing's not over yet.
No, you're right about that.
So the Cubs will go on the power play here, and there's still lots of time. They can score a quick one here with the man advantage.
Things happen quickly.
And then pull your goaltender, and we could be headed for overtime.
Anything can happen, and usually does.
Yeah.
We have curse words around here.
Anything could happen in an animated cartoon.
Got a timeout here, North Bay.
Yeah, the Cubs had already called one earlier in the game. Well, this has been a bizarre hockey game in some ways, Jim. We're just not used to seeing this.
No.
It's been fun here tonight. I know that the crowd's disappointed the Cubs aren't the team in the lead, but it's been a pretty decent hockey game. A lot of nice plays. Hey, I guess maybe some fluky goals here and there, but pretty quick game.
Well, there's been pretty well everything you want to see.
Yeah.
I thought the game would have been a little bit more physical. I'm surprised that it isn't. We'll see what happens Sunday night, but you know, we have to talk about Sunday night now because we're down to less than 2 minutes left in this game, and whatever the outcome of this game is, they play again Sunday night. And don't forget, when you're playing the same team within 2 nights of each other, it gets a little bit more, shall we say, aggressive.
I think the key stat here are these shots. You mentioned this before. The Cubs had outshot from 24-7 in the first, but since then, it's been dead even, hasn't it?
Oh, it has, and the Cubs have taken a few more shots here in the third, but not the same type of shots that they were getting in the first. And you got to give North Bay credit. They're holding on. They're doing whatever they have to do to slow these guys down. And I'll tell you, I think they've got the Cubs off their game right now.
Yeah, hats off to North Bay for being able to turn this thing around in the second and control the Cubs a little better than they did in the first. But the Cubs are on a power play here, trying to get back in this one, down 1. They throw it in towards Ned Brown in the corner. Dave Brown to McLean, back to the point to Joyelle, along the boards to McLean. First McLean trying to get it to Brown. Hodge broke it up, and Duchesne gets it out to center. And here comes Baldwin again, and he's bodied off the puck. Going to the net was Duchesne, and Willard came out and poke checked him. And now the Cubs steal it away, and out they come. Brown tried to get it to Scott, and just not working for the Cubs. Jason Willard on the bench, Jim, so they're going with the 2-man advantage here. Under front side, oh, Restool just robbed Sean Scott in the slot, and the Trappers missed the empty net at the other end. 1 minute left in the third period. Cubs with a man advantage, and Jason Willard on the bench, so they have the 2 extra men out there. The net is empty. They're in the North Bay zone, trailing by 2. Scott in front, and it's cleared off the boards down the ice again. 43 seconds left in the period. Cubs trying that long pass up to center, taken away, and Elmo played it off his man. Here's Scott, in front of the net it goes, Restool's down! And the net comes off the North Bay player. Now, look out. They better be careful here, Jim, because you don't want to be fighting at this point of the game. You won't be playing in the next one.
Well, that's right. And I think the Cubs are frustrated. There's no question. They haven't been in this position very often. I don't know what happened here. There's some good act at the bench sort of congratulating each other. I don't think the puck went in the net.
Are they saying it did?
Although it looks like we may get a ruling here. We'll have to see what happens. We're heading to center ice, Judge.
Well, are they saying that's a goal?
Well,
That's a strange one.
that's a strange one, but we've seen a lot of strange stuff here tonight. So what's another one?
I guess they're saying maybe the net wasn't off before the puck crossed the line. I didn't even think it was that close from up here, but
It didn't look like it, so I guess we're going to have to give him a shot on goal.
what happened there?
I don't know.
I have no idea who would have put it in the net. They're not ball, so we'll have to wait for the announcement.
Well, actually, there was a goal scored earlier that wasn't scored because it looked like the ruling was that the net was off before the puck entered. So this is just the opposite. Big opportunity for the Cubs. There's not a lot of time left on the board. We've got 29 seconds here, and we've got a big delay. I don't see the score changing on the scoreboard yet.
I have no idea what's going on.
Yes, now they put it on the board.
Okay, so it is
7-6.
And it's a power play goal for the Cubs, but who scored it, I don't know. And the penalty bench door is still open on the North Bay side. Now, I thought maybe they were getting a penalty.
Well, it looks like they're getting Jason to come out close to the blue line to make a run for the bench, but I'll tell you, there's not a lot of time, and they're going to have to really make some very, very quick play on this.
Jason is coming to the bench. He's going to come out.
Well, you got to have a lot of confidence in your center man to pull the goaltender when the face-off is at center ice. But I guess with 29 seconds left, Jack, you don't have a lot of choice.
No,
You've got to go for the tie, and then hopefully get into overtime. Tim Pierce will take the draw.
The Cubs scored a goal. We don't know who put it in. I don't think anybody even thought the puck was in, but it was. We'll wait for the announcement if we ever get it. It was a power play goal, and they're down. Krieger gets it. Here they come. Krieger in over the line. He's checked, slides in. A pile up in the crease, and Brestool keeps it out. Boy, oh boy, they almost got it right.
Come on, but the referee is motioning the face-off to the corner, and I think that strategy on that was they were going to just run the net, not physically run the net, but they were going to put a big pile up in there and hopefully get the puck in behind the goaltender. It didn't happen. It took up 10 seconds on the scoreboard. So we've got 19 seconds left here, Jack, and the face-off will be to the left of the North Bay goaltender.
Cup net is empty. Cup has got the extra man on, down by a goal, 19 seconds. Safiris on the draw to the right of Brestool against Duchesne. Puck's loose. Here's Bouchard. Score!
Man, that's hard to believe. That took exactly 3 seconds. The Cubs lost the draw. They got the puck again, got it back to Major, and it looked like it might have been deflected, Jack, but nevertheless it goes up on the scoreboard, and we've got a tie hockey game, and we're going to go to overtime.
Sean Scott got a stick on that, I'm sure, and that gives him the hat trick here tonight. And it's all tied up. Unbelievable.
That's a bad word.
16 seconds left. Hey, there's still time for another goal here.
No, we've seen everything here tonight. We've seen any kind of a goal you want to see. We've seen some funny plays, and here we are with 16 seconds left in the tie hockey game, and I don't know what else can happen.
Well, this crowd has come alive now, and you have to wonder what North Bay is thinking and feeling right about now.
They had come so close to stealing 2 points here tonight. They still could, but I'll tell you, big goal.
Boucher clearing it into the Cup zone. Willard out to play it. Off the glass and out. No, it doesn't come out. This is going to keep it in. 5 seconds left. And we are going to go to overtime.
Well, we sure are, Jack, and I'll tell you one thing. There were more hits in that last 19 seconds than there were in the whole third period.
So what we'll do is we'll get a little bit of a break here, and then we'll have a 10-minute sudden death overtime. And so for you people watching on Cable 12, don't go away. We'll be right back. And we welcome people back on Cable 12. Watching the overtime, and for those listening live on the radio, glad you're with us. Jack Moore and Jim Moore and Rager. Cubs North Bay, sudden death overtime. We'll do a 10-minute period here, and if we're still tied, we'll flood the ice and have a 20-minute sudden death, and we'll just keep doing that until somebody wins. What a hockey game this has been. Back and forth, and now we're dead even. Nothing decided after 60 minutes. We'll have to do it in the extra time. It's into the North Bay zone. First goal wins it. Here's Bouchard. He fires a wrist shot high and wide. Just comes it off the board to center. Robin Boucher. Got it over. Here's Stewart. Just throws it into the middle. Bouchard's there to take it away. On the far side. Doyle bodied off the puck. Now here comes Boucher in on the line. Can't get around Brown. This tips it to the corner. He tried to center it. It was blocked. And Cub player falling on top of it in the corner. We get a bit of a pile up there and a face-off coming up in the Cub zone to the left of Jason Willard.
And guess who's in the middle of that little scrum in the corner? Sean Scott, and he's been around all night.
He has a hat trick in this hockey game. He got the first 2 goals of the game, and the last one to tie it. So he's had a good night here tonight.
Well, I can tell you, Jack, just the feeling I get from watching the last few minutes of this third period, Sunday night's game is going to be a dandy.
Oh, boy. Face off to the left, Jason Willard. Pierce in there against Duchesne. Seaman fires it around behind the net. Andy Burnham tries to tip it out. Innes keeps it in momentarily, but it's now about to come. It's floods ahead from Krieger to Burnham. Good call by the linesman.
It was a good call because Krieger's pleading his case, saying he just directed it, but he actually gives the glove a little turn. You can see it from up here. Good call, Jack. You called it.
Well, it was right underneath us. We couldn't miss that one. But the linesman who
You should be wearing MacArthur's sweater.
You could get 3 of me in there. Back into the Cubs zone and goes from the face-off. Willard out the plate, gets him behind the net, fires it around the board. Pierce tips it up, and here comes Krieger. In over the line. Krieger going to the net. Cut up. Burnham right in! And Restoral stops him. And now a penalty coming up here. Is he calling a penalty? It looked like he was.
Well, I don't know just exactly what he's doing here. The Cub player picking himself up off the ice.
Looks like he's heading to the
Burnham.
penalty line.
Looks like Burnham's going to the box. Well, like we said earlier, this game's had everything. There's no doubt about that. And the Cubs now will play shorthanded. Not a good situation in overtime. And I'll tell you, Jack, this is going to be a long series.
You get that feeling. Overtime, 8:50 left in this first 10-minute overtime period. Up and draw. Scott brings it in over the line. Gets it into the corner to Brown. John Scott doing a good job dragging the puck in the corner now. Menard comes away with it. Gets it over to Filiatro. He's checked by Scott. Puts it up on the wing to Menard, dumps it in. George there, fires it around the boards into the corner. Brown's there. Cut off by the North Bay player. Here's Paquette from the point, way wide of the goal. On the far side, Menard drops it back to Filiatro, back along the boards to Menard. Filiatro again at the point. Throws it in on goal, and it was a weak wrist shot, and here comes Troyell. Back for the Cubs. Brown, off the glove of Restoral. 109 left in this North Bay power play here in sudden death overtime. We're all tied at 7. Can you believe that? Anello. Major in his own zone along the boards trying to freeze it. Puck comes loose. Comes back to Anello. Across to Paquette. There's the shot. He deflects. Oh, the redirected by Duchesne in front just wide of the net. And the Cubs get it out down the ice. 40 seconds left in this North Bay power play. 7:27 in this first overtime period. 7-7 to score. Baldwin and Krieger inside the North Bay line, and here comes Innes. Out for North Bay. Gets it to Schuler. Schuler in over the line. Cutting to the net. Peterson cuts him off. And Gibson will get to it. And he gets it off the glove of Hodge to center. Now Anello back in over the line for North Bay. 10 seconds left in the man advantage. Cubs get it out to center. Zafiris tried to tip it by his man, and it was broken up there by Hodge. Penalty to the Cubs is now over. Burnham is back on the ice. Gibson turns and fires it down the ice. And that's icing against the Cubs. 6:45 left in this first sudden-death overtime period.
And Tim just ran out of gas on that play, Jack. He had the opportunity to poke the puck ahead, but he was tired. He'd been out there a long time. Cubs did a great job killing off that penalty, and now they have the opportunity to go back on the attack, although they were on the attack a bit there, even a man short.
We are in overtime, tied at 7-7. Cubs scoring 2 goals in the last 29 seconds to tie it up. Coming across Filiatro. Oh, he just missed. Hodge fires it into the corner, around behind the net. Menard can't take it away from the Cub player. Now they come. Brown back to take it away. He gets it up to Brown, but two-line pass. 5:57 left in this first overtime.
Been a couple of good chances there, actually. A couple near plays, I guess you'd call them. Good plays, actually, and could have been scoring chances. They weren't, but very dangerous plays. Face-off will be in the Cub end, just inside the blue line.
Boucher against Krieger on the draw inside the line. Boucher can't get away from this check. Burnham knocks it out to center. Mello right back into the Cub zone it goes. Boucher almost got away. Now here comes Pierce. Gets it up to Burnham. In over the line, bouncing puck, taken away, and Boucher comes back this way with it. He's checked, and here Burnham. Oh, and he got it to Pierce, who ran right into the North Bay player. He was flattened inside the line.
It looked like maybe Tim might have looked down for a second there, but he's a pretty rugged guy, and he's great up. He's up at the count of 2, actually, and he's ready to go.
I think he checked the number.
I think you're right.
You can expect to hit the other way anytime.
Maybe not tonight.
Face off outside the North Bay line. 5:32 left in the overtime. Here's Gibson. Throwing it into the North Bay zone, right on goal. Rescue will play it. And Paquette comes away with it. He gives it away to Spears inside the line. He's knocked down. And the crowd didn't like that. Back the other way, Spears, two-line pass. Gibson throwing it up.
Well, there's no use complaining about the call. You're not going to get the call. You might as well go to the bench and come out the next shift fresh, and away you go. You know, there's already been one penalty here in overtime. That was early. And you don't see a lot of penalties in overtime as a rule. So the best thing they can do is not complain to the officials, but go out and score a goal. That ends the issue.
That's right. Face off inside the Cub blue line. McLean against Duchesne. Leatro dumps it in. Wells right there, takes it away to Rizor. Nice pass into the middle to McLean. Breakaway pass to Brown, and that was cut off. Innes the other way, can't get away from McLean. And now here comes Baldwin. Dumping it into the Cub zone. Innes chasing into the corner against Joyelle. McLean didn't get it out. Brown now gets it by his man at center. Brown in over the line with Scott and McLean. Trappers have it. Now Scott takes it away, and it's cleared up the center. Fired right back into the Trapper zone. Billy Astro, Trapper zone goal, just chops it out to center right. Where Major picks it up, throws it right onto the stick of Paquette, and he'll skate it out to center. Can't clear it in. Krieger trying to get it up to Burnham. Now Joyelle. For Krieger. Is the Bears with Burnham in over the line. Oh, and he shot it wide. Major. High drive up over top to net. And the puck turns out to center. Now there's a lead pass for Boucher out of his reach. Willard out to play it. Puck comes right out in front of the net, and Joyelle's there to one-handed up to Pierce. And here come the Cubs again. Major in over the line. He's checked. 3:55 left in this first overtime period. Boucher back the other way. Trying to make his move. Knocked down by Burnham. And here's Gibson back the other way for the Cubs. Gibson in over the line. Bodies flying all over the place. And the referee's not calling anything. We got a North Bay player laying on one side of the ice, a Cub player on the other. Here's Burnham dumping it in. 7-7, 3:26 here in the first overtime period. Here comes Hodge for North Bay. Duchesne in over the line. Taken off the puck by Seaman. Evers picks it up. Back to the line. Hodge. Now here's Hodge walking into it. Tried to get it over to Anello in the slot. He had to knock it down, and he closed his hand on the puck. And a good call by the referee, who was right there.
Well, that was a wild 2 minutes, Jack. No question about that. You look as tired as the players, but boy, I'll tell you that there were some really heavy hits in that 2 minutes, and I don't know where we go from here.
Boy, oh boy. You gotta take finish this game.
Nope, I have to go out and get the books and go through the period.
Okay.
But it's not going to happen.
It's going to be over before this period is over. Prediction from Commander. Up outside the top line. corners off his stick. Back the other way, Brown racing in there. Bristol has to come up and play it, and it's called on the delayed offside. Well, that was icing.
Yeah, it sure was. 2:38 left here in the overtime, and the score is tied 7-7. The play will come all the way back into the Cub end, and I don't think that too many people have left the building, Jack.
Boy, what a way to start this series, eh?
Well, it's a good way to start it in a way, but it isn't in another way, because I'll tell you, there's been a lot of mistakes in this hockey game tonight. At this time of the year, I'm surprised to see this kind of a hockey game.
Yeah, 7-7. Just face off in the Cub zone. Boucher wins it. Here's Paquette, blocked in front. Gets it again. Paquette's going to shoot it again. Through a screen, and oh, that went off the skate, and Willard had to bounce out there and hang on.
Yeah, actually that puck was going past the net, but Jason made a very alert play there. Let's get the face off and do it all over again. Things have settled down a wee bit here, Jack, in the last 50 seconds.
2:30 left in the overtime. I don't think anybody wants to make the mistake now. They're going to be careful. Paquette again at the point. Going to let it go. Deflected just wide. Pearson behind the net. Flips it high in the air out to center ice. Paquette bangs it off the boards. Puck's loose in front of the North Bay bench. And Boucher back to pick it up. He cuts around Krieger. Makes a move off the Paris. Boucher in over the line. Weak shot wide of the goal. He's knocked down, and Willard's not going to take any chances. He's going to freeze that.
Well, Jack, I'm surprised. They're sure letting Boucher skate around out there tonight. Boy, he's had the puck a lot. He's had some good scoring chances. He's got some goals, and I'm really surprised that they're not paying a little more attention to him. I know one person doesn't make the hockey team, but I'll tell you, it's a lot easier to play when they're not bothering you.
Don't let him loose now. That's for sure.
Exactly.
2:07 left in this first overtime, and as I said, if we're still tied, we'll take a regular break and come back with the second period of overtime. So get ready. It could happen. Ringler around behind the Cubs net with the face-off, and Brown there to take it away. Gets it out to Sean Scott in over the line. He's checked. McLean backing up the play, picks up the puck in the corner, and Ringler takes it away, gets it up. Baldwin couldn't corral it, and it's cleared back into the North Bay zone. Knocked back out to center. Baldwin clearing it off Seaman. Here's Sean Scott. Hodge turning inside his own line, clearing it back to center, where Seaman will take it. 1:31 left in this overtime period. 7-7 the score. Schuler for North Bay. To the line, but not out. Seaman will keep it in. Hits the referee with it. And they'll cruise it along the board. 1:17 left in the overtime.
Jack, have you seen more crazy bounces than that puck out there tonight? It's bouncing steady.
Yeah, and as you know, as we've gone, what, a period and almost 10 minutes, so the ice is getting very snowy and soft, probably.
Yeah, actually the color at the circle at the center ice area is starting to bleed.
It's bleeding blue. Ferris on the draw. North Bay comes away with it. 1:14 left. Here's Schuler. Long shot in on goal. Willard kicks it aside. Shore. Here's Paquette. Throws it in on goal. Wide. And the North Bay player down in the corner, I believe. Is that this, number 17?
Number 17 is this.
He's getting up very slowly, and he's going to head to the bench. I think he got crunched in there.
Yeah, a bit of a crunch. There's been a few crunches here, but, you know, if the team scores the goal, the crunches don't hurt anymore.
That's right. And should we need a break here, I believe that we can head back to our studios and have some newscasts courtesy of our very own Stephanie Stinker. I think that's possible tonight. And we just might have to do that. I think you need a break in this if we have another intermission too.
Sounds good to me.
1:01 left here in the first overtime. Royale right in front of his own net for the Seaman. Up the center it goes. Past Burnham down the ice. And the faceoff will come back in the Cub zone.
Well, that's an icing, so you're right. The face-off does come all the way back down. Boy, I'll tell you, they're playing pretty careful right now, both teams. You know, one thing I've noticed in the last probably 5 or 6 minutes, Jack, the North Bay team are just sort of floating the puck in towards the Cub net from the blue line, and they're definitely looking for deflections.
Boucher against the Fierce on the draw to the right of Willard. Boucher gets it back to the 10 in on goal. The goal's knocked down by Doyle and cleared up the center end. The Fierce has got a break. Tips the Fierce going in. Oh, he shot it wide. He was there and he just missed. Now here they come again. Doyle. Oh, and he hit the base of the net with that one. The check for North Bay right in front of his own goal. He just clears it to an open wing down inside the Cub line. 11 seconds left. Puck in the North Bay zone, cleared back out down the ice. 5 seconds. And with 3 seconds left, we're going to have a face-off in the North Bay zone.
With 3 seconds left, Jack, I'd pull the goaltender and I'd have the extra man out there. 3 seconds, I mean, your chances are awful good.
He's still there.
I know, but I mean, it's a big call, but...
Oh, boy. Getting cold, Andrew.
Now we're getting ready to run back.
Oh, you're going to get another tape between players, huh? Okay, what do we got? Safiris in on the draw. The Cubs stacking the front of that net. They're just going to try and throw it towards the net and take a whack at it. And it doesn't work. Goes to the corner. Look out. It's the side of the net now. And the first overtime period has come to an end. So we'll take a regular break here. They'll flood the ice. We'll come back with a second 20-minute sudden death overtime period. And Jim, what were the shots on goal at the end of regulation, first of all? Because I don't think we said that.
49 for the Cubs, 25 for the Trapper.
And in the overtime,
4 for the Cubs and 2 for the Trapper.
what a hockey game this has been, and we've got more for you, folks. 7-7 as we first overtime period just ends. The Cubs tying it up with 2 goals in the last 29 seconds of the third period. And we're going to head back to our studios now. I'm sure that Stephanie Stainer is standing by with the news updating. She'll have that for you right after this timeout. Cable 12, Andrew's back with a new tape. Second period of overtime, live right here on CJTT as well. Glad you're with us. Don't go away. It's going to be an exciting second overtime period here. This one a 20-minute overtime period. You're having a little trouble in his own zone with it, with Schuler right on him. Here's it up high off the glass, knocked down. Burnham taking his man off the puck in. Joel will come up from behind his own net, right in front. He's checked by Menard. Here's Schuler turning, walks in, and Willard comes up with a huge save. Centered in the crease, and it goes right through, and out come the Cubs. Krieger couldn't get away. Now here's Burnham tipping it up to Major, and over the line, here comes the shot, and he blasted it high up over the top of the head, and Cairns all the way out to center. Doyle fires it in, Restool tips it into the corner. Filietro gets it up to Schuler. On the right side to Menard. Slides it in on goal. Willard's going to leave it there for Gibson as North Bay changes. They try to catch the Trappers changing. It didn't work, and Anello has it inside his own line. Back to center it goes. Here's Duchesne to Baldwin into the Cub zone. Scott turns and fires it off the boards. Gibson's there, and he slides it up to Brown. Tried to get it up to Rivard, and it was tipped by Anello down into the corner. Rivard bumped off the puck. In behind the net it goes, around the board to the far side, comes to the line, and it's kept in by the Cubs, and now it comes out to center, where Seaman takes it and fires it right back in on the stick of Hodge. He gets it up, Innes can't find it. Sean Scott will pick up the loose puck at center. Slide it in to Brown, back to Scott. On the boards, Scott bumped, and here's Duchesne. Trying to come out of the corner. Scott couldn't get a handle. Now here's Scott right in front. And he was knocked down and couldn't get the shot away. Now here come the Trappers back the other way. Baldwin against Seaman. Here a shot off the stick, high up over top of the net. Brown at center. Guevard tried to tip it free. Shot into the Cubs zone. Willard's going to come out and play it. Fires it around the boards. Choppers can't keep it in. Baldwin chops at it. Up over top the heater. Cleared it.
It sure did.
And down into the corner. Here's Gibson. An open wing. Billy Atwood's there for North Bay. Skates it up, takes a bump, kicks it in. Billy Atwood again, off the line. But now here's Boucher. Couldn't get by his man. Seaman did a good job to break that up. There's a long shot by Billy Atwood. The Willard has to steer away with his blocker. Seaman just trying to get rid of it. Tipped in at the line, in front it comes. And Gibson got over there just in time to break that up. Westpool. Now here's Sapir. He tried to steal it away. Flipped up the center. Back into the North Bay zone it goes. Westpool out to play it. And it's cleared to center by the Choppers. Here's Paquette moving up. Checked by Joyelle. Bain on the loose puck. Evers almost stole one away. It was stopped. Here's Paquette again. Into the middle to Ennis. Ennis. Oh, here's Duchesne. Backhand. They score!
Well, 16:36 left in the overtime, and North Bay scores the winning goal. The Cubs did not have a shot on goal in the second overtime. They had a couple shots towards the net. They did not have a shot on goal. The Trappers had 5 shots on goal, and the Trappers win it 8-7 here tonight.
What a hockey game. Hats off to both these teams. What a show they put on for this capacity crowd, and it was a heck of a finish. And don't forget